We're live. Fuck it. We're live. It is what it is. Twitch should be in the clear. YouTube should be in the goddamn clear. Hold on. Am I in the right? Let me see here. I should be in our profile, right? Yes, we are. Okay. We're good. So we're live on YouTube and we're live on Twitch. Okay, cool. Cool.
Okay, that's good.
All right, cool, yeah. And I was hosting Popo. Shit. Fuck me. All right, whatever.
Too bad for Popo. He loses all those views.
Oh, man. Shout out to Popo on Twitch. Shouts. No D. Oh, D. All right, and then let me see here.
Too bad everyone's going to stay here with us.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Gets my face. All right, cool. So I'm just gonna make sure that we have some cats just flock in. We have some cats already coming in. They're all dead immediately on YouTube. They're all dead. They're all dead. We know that's not true. We understand full well that they're not all dead. We understand full well that the Straw Hats are alive. But the chapter was crazy at the end. I'm not going to deny that. That was absolutely just mind-boggling. Now, hold on. Before we start getting this rolling, I do want to say first and foremost that for the guys and gals on YouTube, there will be a live reaction video coming in the next few hours, meaning like days. Meaning when I get it done, and it's gonna get done. I promise you that it will get done. I'm aiming for the live reaction edited and fully uploaded by tomorrow because I also want to do the Hunter x Hunter stuff, as well as at least have something done for the Dragon Ball Super because there is gonna be a Dragon Ball Super stream that is still gonna happen, but One Piece right now is priority because I am a One Piece predominant channel, and I'm not gonna front with you. This chapter requires immediate discussion and immediate attention because this is insane. Now I'm seeing that we have a full, like all of a sudden when I start streaming, I see a full house. So Edson's in, Mega Buster, Weasels his way in with Westfire. Okay, all right, word, excellent. So we have ourselves the hold on. So we have ourselves the tier 3 cats on Twitch, predominantly so. And again, when it comes to the guys on YouTube, predominantly so, there is going to be a system for you guys. Don't worry about it. We are working on it. And when that system is going to be implemented, I'm not too sure. But it's all going to tie to Discord, where because we were going to try and gung-ho it today. And I was like, nah, fuck that. Because it's going to be annoying. So we were going to do a Discord call instead, where we're going to have like 20, 40, I don't know how many cats they allow you to have maximum in there. But yeah, just something like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was the game plan. But I realized I have nothing set up for Discord, so screw it. I'm not gonna bother. Yeah, nothing. So I'm not gonna bother with that. And I said, okay, fine. Let's do the usual hangout. So here we are. Now, for those of you guys and gals who haven't read chapter 900 of One Piece, leave. Just leave and then come back tomorrow, watch the VOD or something. Just leave because you're going to be spoiled massively OD. This is a chapter discussion specifically for chapter 900. This chapter, so let me just break it down in a nutshell here, all right? The biggest part of this chapter is clearly ending of the chapter where it looks like the Big Mom Pirates have defeated the Straw Pirates just flat out.
Not defeated, killed, flat out killed.
They're not dead. I'm gonna say defeated
by a massive fireball in the ocean.
Okay, hold on. So this. Okay, hold on. All right. So then let's then take a poll here, right? Who thinks that they're actually dead? All right, that's exactly what I thought, because no one's thinking that. Exactly. They're not dead. They are alive. They live.
I don't even think they got hit.
Wait, hold on. Say it again now.
What the hell would happen then?
What a Jimmy guy.
It's a dream, yo. You ain't know that? It's a dream.
It can't fucking be like Gene.
It's a dream, fam.
It can't be them because they got fucking annihilated by top 3 oven steel head.
Not that.
You already know.
Not confirmed.
Not confirmed.
They still don't confirm.
Okay.
Nah, but I've got reasoning for why I think they don't even got hit, but I'll let you go on.
All right, no. So like, I just want to clarify the at the bare minimum that we all agree that they're not dead. At the bare minimum, we can agree yes that they are alive, and the story of One Piece is going to continue. Obviously, like it's not like there's still so many goddamn things to do for a ship of Big Mom to kill them. So they're clearly alive. Now the question ultimately is, what is their condition? That's where okay, no, not even. Let's start stage one here. Okay, is the ship destroyed? Yes or no?
No.
No. I don't think so.
I think so.
No.
Really? Okay, because I think because I actually want it to be destroyed, but so no. General sense here is no. Now, okay, see, here's the thing. I prefer it to be destroyed because I don't mind the idea of, let's say, them having another ship, let's say, after Wano Kuni. But at the same time, I question the whole notion of if the ship is going to be destroyed and the ship is tied to Frankie because Frankie is the one who built the ship and he has this greater overall dream. What was his dream again? Like, his dream was to have the ship sail across the world.
Yeah. So it's basically to have the ship sail across the world like Tom, who created the R.O. Jackson. So he wanted to do the exact same as the guy who taught him how to build ships.
Okay. So that's his dream. And if the ship is destroyed, and it's the ship that he built with the Atom Wood, then it kind of would, I would assume that the ship is still active at the very minimum, but it's even more heavily damaged. But I actually want it to be destroyed because that would be kind of like, again, we're talking about individuals and a force that is Yonko related. Like, they are Big Mom pirates. Like, if they go into Big Mom territory, like, you need to pay the price for coming into Big Mom's territory. So it only makes sense if the ship is destroyed. But if the ship is active, how? So let me just hear some thoughts here. I want well, who thinks that the ship is still not destroyed, and then why? So we'll go from there. So yeah, start. Slayer, why not? Slayer.
Okay, so I think the ship it's one of two things. So it's either one, the ship is heavily damaged, but the fishermen are, I don't know, carrying it or moving it about. I'm not sure how the Straw Hats would survive in the water, at least for long enough for them to escape. Or the second scenario is that they destroyed the wrong ship by using Nami's Mirage Tempo to disguise one ship as the other, and they might have just escaped that way. But apart from that, I mean, apart from my mirror theory that I brought up in the live reaction, I don't really see how else, to be honest.
Mirror theory?
Oh, did you not see the live reaction?
I saw it, but I was at the gym while the live reaction was there. So
there you go, buddy.
I don't think the Mirage thing is gonna work because we don't see any kind of mist going around the merry-go.
But when Nami uses the Mirage Tempo, you can't see a mist.
How does it work again? Because I haven't seen the fucking tempo in like ages, so I wouldn't know right now.
Are we even sure this whole thing's like not like imagination? Like, where did Big old ship?
Oh, Mega Buster, your mic is a little bit wonky. What's going on there?
You're going robot mode.
Yeah,
It's a little staticky, bro.
Yeah, Mega Buster, before we talk about the whole dream thing, because that's its own kind of worms, I think we just need to cover the possibility first that this is actually a reality, and then I think it'd be best then to jump onto the dream thing. Cause
okay, hold on, wait. Hold on. So do we want to jump to that immediately? Because we can clearly jump to that, because I know folks were saying that, okay, well, this is fake. This is not real. This is fiction. But, okay, my problem with that is that how on God's green earth can we say that if literally Big Mom knows nothing about what's going on with freaking Luffy and company? She has no idea where they are. She has no idea, like, what their condition is. She's been in a berserker state, fiending cake, has cream all over her face, and she's in that shit. And she's singing, and then all of a sudden, Big Mom is now having a dream about them? No, wait, that makes no sense.
I don't think that they're related at all. Like, not at all. I think we're seeing Big Mom in her own personal high, and then we're switching back and forth between her and reality. That's
Yeah.
how I'm perceiving it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that makes
I
sense to
agree.
me. Yeah.
Like she's on some laxative. Like it's
Laxative?
laxative. No, wait, what the fuck?
Laxative?
It ain't no-
What?
No,
The
it's
fuck?
no,
Bro! She's on a fucking
West
laxative.
Westfire.
No,
You
she's
mean?
on ecstasy. That's what it was.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
on a
she's
hallucinogen.
Yeah, like she on some strong stuff. Like Sanji was pouring that bottle, and that's a bottle of some sweet stuff, man. It's fluffy.
I mean, if you see the
high.
if you see the panels Big Mom's in, their art style is different than everywhere else. Like you see all the homies and stuff with Big Mom, versus
Yeah.
when the ship is completely different.
Yeah.
So her like ecstatic state, the art is different, which has me believe that everything going on is independent.
Oh
yeah,
like, that one
there's
panel
clues
where
for
it
that.
shows
Exactly.
Big Mom singing with her homies, and then the other side it showed the burning ship. I think that was a parallel of what's going on, two different worlds, but at the same time, because she's off in her own little world, and then you got reality.
Right, exactly. So like that's why like again like because it's I think strongly hinted at. I mean there was even a scene of her opening her mouth and then talk about like the whole pet cemetery thing, and then we go into like her actual mouth, like we see what's going on. So essentially like Oda is kind of making it like he's showing us that what Big Mom is experiencing is her own different. It's her own independent thing. It has nothing to do with what's going on right now with the Straw Hats. Like what's going on with the Straw Hats in particular is that they are getting surrounded by an entire fleet and they're getting overwhelmed. And other came in there and he just took all the fishermen like that. So they're now again trapped in a circle with no way out. So the issue ultimately is okay. So they're trapped in this circle. It's not a dream, and I know folks are saying that it was April Fool's thing. Well, the only issue is that April Fool's is number one, apparently not a thing in Japan, and then number two is the timing is off because April Fool is on Sunday, April 1st, right? First Sunday, Easter Sunday, and then the second is Monday. So and the chapter comes out officially on Monday. So there's no way that it's an April Fool's thing. Like this is real.
I'm sorry. What does this have to do with April Fools?
No, folks saying that this was a whole like this chapter was a pure troll chapter. Like it was pure fabrication.
Yeah,
Which
but they don't
is-
believe
What
in
have
it.
to do with April Fools?
That's
That.
No,
Yeah, I
I
mean-
think it's Oda's intention to throw everyone off of this chapter, especially since this is weekly. But
Yeah.
I honestly don't know where.
I still
Like-
haven't. What does this have to do with April Fools?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that's the point with debunking it. That it doesn't.
Yeah,
have
that's
anything to do with
my
it.
point. Yeah.
Then
Doesn't
why?
work, so I cut off.
Then why
Doesn't
is
work.
you brought up in the first place?
No.
People were bringing it up in chat.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. No. That's what I'm saying. Like people just brought up in chat.
It's
It's not fun. You're there.
Yeah, we're here.
What, chapter comes out in April 1st. Is that the thing?
It comes out April 2nd, which
Yeah.
is the day after April 1st.
Yeah, but like
Which is the
that's
day
what.
after Easter.
Right, yeah, like that's the point. Like the point was that people were saying that because it's so close to April's Fools, Oda was trolling. That's what I'm saying.
That's bullshit. That
I was
makes
just going to waste.
I
everyone's
agree.
time.
I agree. I agree.
I mean,
I
you
agree.
would have to be doing that for the scanlations itself.
I mean, people do stuff for April Fools. There was the guy that made Tokyo Ghoul. He made the Hisoka thing for April 1st, I think.
Oh
and his
yeah,
Twitter.
yeah.
That's his Twitter. So,
Yeah.
In this case, it would be like, I think it would be kind of bad writing, especially from a volume standpoint, because if you've already read it, you'll get to this chapter and know it doesn't mean really anything ultimately. So I don't think Oda would waste his time, especially in the 900th chapter, messing with his fans. I think this is all legit, but it's just there to really add that 100 tension, if you will, by having this kind of.
Yeah. So is there anybody here that thinks that this is a dream? The whole thing,
No,
like a hallucination.
What a dream.
no, I
No?
don't think it's real.
Okay. All
I
right.
think
Now,
it's 50-50. It's just her imagination versus like what she's perceiving herself, like you said, and then what reality is actually happening to the Straw Hats at the same time.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly. Yeah.
where did that ship come from, though? Like, it was never there, was it? Or
Mordor said it was incoming. So
Yeah.
unless Mordor was part of the hallucination, then that's the only way that makes sense.
Is Montor on the ship, or is he just
No,
watching
no,
things?
no.
No,
No.
He's with the Peckham. No, not Peckham's. The bird guy.
yeah, he's chilling
Yeah,
out.
because
in the
the ship
library
is
somewhere.
the ship is a homie ship, so it can act independently. So I think it was let me go through real quick if I can find it. Well, in one of the pages, all right. I think it's after. Yeah. So one of the pages. This is page 12 on Jaimini's whatever it's called. So Mondor gets word that the Queen Mama Chanter is almost there. That's the ship. The Chanter is the ship. That giant,
Yeah.
like super galleon. Not even. It's like it's just a building. All right, just it's a giant skyscraper ship that's just there, and it's just singing. So like the ship itself is acting independently as far as I can tell. And then number two is that I'm not sure if the ship has like unique firearms because that explosion was fairly big, but at the same time, when we saw at the like somewhere in Dressrosa, it's like it's not to the like they had regular cannons in Dressrosa. So as far as I recall, so
well, you could say, I mean, you could say that they were trying to capture Sanji in Dressrosa, so they weren't trying to take out the ship with
whoa,
no,
were they?
bigger
Yeah,
blasts.
actually, I
Yeah,
think
that-
that was the whole point of Sanji actually attacking them.
They're trying to capture Caesar.
Yeah, it was
Caesar
Caesar.
and Sanji.
Yeah, it was Caesar. I don't think it was Well, they didn't mention Sanji at all.
No,
No, well, they were after.
Let me go back to the chapter.
Yeah, they were after Caesar, but they also had to deliver the invitation to Sanji about the wedding.
That's why Peckham's and Tomago was on the ship.
Yeah, but when they were at Dressrosa, they didn't mention anything about Sanji, did they?
No one talked.
I don't remember.
Yeah, no one mentioned anything, but based off of Zoe, we can assume, well, they're on the same mission to get Caesar and Sanji.
Okay.
It's not like they went back and forth. They were still following them after Dressrosa. So it'd still be the same mission. Regardless, the point is that they had someone on the ship they didn't want to kill.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so I see what you're saying there. Okay, so then
So-
they kind of like held back then. That would be the assumption then. Like they didn't go
Well,
all
yeah.
out or something.
Oh.
But why would you shoot cannonballs to slow a ship down? Like you're still shooting a weapon at a ship.
Yeah, but it's there to maybe damage their seals, whereas the shots that were fired in this chapter were massive. They were shots to kill. Shots to damage and shots to kill aren't the same thing. So if you're aiming for like the rudder or something, the power in Dressrosa would make sense, but if you're aiming for the rudder in this chapter, it'd still take out the ship.
Okay, fair enough.
I guess.
I mean, it's the same cannons. I don't know if there's a way to like change the attack power of the cannons unless you
different
just use
cannonballs.
lots of them. I
Just
mean,
different cannonballs, that's what it is.
Well, all six
It's-
cannons on the front of the ship hit the Sunny at once, so that's why the explosion's so big.
Actually, I got a thing about that. See, my 3
just a lot of
points.
them.
My 3 points for saying that the ship didn't even get hit was we don't actually see the Chanter ship fire at the Sunny. We see it line up and point at the Sunny, and we see Luffy pointing at it in response. But the next page, you got Big Mom and Bliss singing with all the homies, and then right
could-
next to it, you see a ship burning, but we don't actually see the Chanter fire at the Sunny.
Well,
You
you
can
see
see
No,
clouds
it's
of
a
smoke.
flag.
Well, it's heavily implied, which is I think the whole point.
Well,
of it.
yeah,
So
I mean,
it's like it's not
implied,
like
but,
yeah, exactly.
I
so it's
looked at
implied, right?
I looked at page 14, and the ship that's burning in front of the Sunny.
Uh,
It looks almost completely identical to the ship that's in ruins, like rubble, right before like the second to last panel. It's like Oda almost copied and pasted the ship that was burning page 14 and put it on page 18.
yeah, but the only issue,
So-
the only issue is that when you go to page 17 on the double page spread, and you see when the cannon is lining up the shot, there is nothing in between the Chanter ship and then the Straw Hat ship. The Sunny there's nothing in between there other than open water. So there
true.
should be a giant like column of smoke and ship debris already because of the first ship that was destroyed, which I think was a fishman pirate ship. I'm not too sure, but either way, there should be a ship that's already there, but there's nothing there. And
Yeah, and
so that's why that could be a mistake on Oda's part, but as far as I can tell, nothing there between.
I
Well,
mean,
if you look,
we saw Oda make a mistake when, Brook was apparently burnt when they were shooting the arrows through the mirror at the Sunny, the
Oh
fire
yeah,
arrows.
yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Brook was burnt before, but then when he went to check in on the bathroom, he was perfectly fine.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Oda's made, and there was also,
The Concurry thing, the Luffy snake.
the King Cobra
Right.
where his
Yeah,
arm
yeah,
was bouncing
yeah.
around. So he's been known to make mistakes in like the last 15 chapters.
I
So,
wouldn't say the Brook thing was a mistake. It's just more comedy. You know what I mean?
yeah, maybe,
It's
yeah.
not a mistake as such.
Yeah, but still, the point is that he's capable of making mistakes. I do think, though, if you look at page 18, in the second panel on the right, if you look at the silhouette, you can see, like, it looks like the same design as the Sunigo. It even has the Kude burst on the back.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's the same as
I noticed that, but I don't know.
Guys, remember the chapter when Luffy got hit by the spear and everyone didn't believe it, and then it was true?
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, because someone did say that this was all apparently Luffy's future sight. Someone did say that. I don't know. That's no.
Ooh.
Yeah, I saw that, and I said it doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
Either or, the ship didn't get hit. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so here's the thing though. So, because I think the ship got hit, but how does the ship not get hit in your opinion? How does that? How's it the case?
They still have the air cannon, don't forget. They can
What, the
fire
Kude
off
burst?
and fleet. Yeah,
They're at a call.
they haven't used it.
Yeah,
I want
they're
to setting
on
it up. I want to setting up though.
Now I get it. You know how Oda loves foreshadowing shit? Well, he actually foreshadowed Sanji making a wedding cake a long time ago in chapter 420.
The Buster Call chapter.
Yeah. I
Okay.
Can you link that in the chat?
Yeah.
I'm more convinced that's
I'll give you the
coincidence.
page. I'll show you the.
Okay, wait, hold on a second. Okay, hold on. But rewind here again. How? Okay, so there's a feature because I know a friend of mine said that there was a feature that Frankie never went over with on that the Sunny can do. Like there's some kind of like dial on the ship that has some ability that Frankie never disclosed. And so would that be a means of protecting the ship or something?
What, like a rubber Sunny or something?
I'm
Like a
not too
blow-up
sure.
Sunny?
I'm not too sure.
Well, yeah,
So
if that was the
the-
case, the amount of time they have to do it is so small that how could they do it in front of the Big Mom pirates and they not see it?
Do you mean like a self-defense from the ship? Like it activates on its own? Because like, I don't know if the ship.
No,
can
no.
do
Like
that.
if that was the case, then when Big Mom touched down on it, it would be like, oh shit, like it's go time because Yonko right there, like like we're in the picture.
Was Jimmy making like maneuvers during that?
There's a link to the picture in the group chat here in Hangouts.
Something about page 18 is the ship, the parts of the ship that go up where the sails are, they're still in parallel, so it doesn't look like the ship's falling apart. Even in the part where it looks like it's been really destroyed.
Yeah. I said the same. I think it's heavily damaged, but I don't think it's destroyed. I still feel
Buster Call.
so long as
Okay,
the
I
keel,
love Nami Robin. Yeah, so does Wedding Cake. Yeah. Okay,
yeah. So long as the keel isn't busted, it can still be repaired. I just don't know where Frankie's going to get the Adam Wood. Not to mention the Merry-Go has gone through a lot of stuff before it was finally scrapped. So this damage is pretty much battle scars for the Sunny.
Oda also drew a opening page with the Sunny, but it actually had the spirit from the Mary sitting on top of it.
I mean, that's been the thing since the Sunny was made. You said the spirit of the Sunny, the Mary was the same spirit that the Sunny had.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Maybe as you said, if it's got a defensive mechanism in it, maybe the spirit itself can activate it.
That's insane to me because like the Sunny Go. Okay, so the Sunny Go, technically the Sunny Go's been a ship that they've had for a longer period of time, but the only thing is that they had a 2-year time skip, so it was just sitting in Schwartz Archipelago. Like as far as I could tell, there hasn't been enough time for them to kind of build that bond with the ship. I mean, hell, even in Water 7, there was a whole hubbub about the ship's condition, and then Usopp even fought to protect the ship. So, and in Skypiea, you can argue, because when we see the...
Clapperton, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The ship wasn't like in the water. It was like it was like on some weird plateau thing, and it was like there was enough time for the cool Bart or whatever it's called to actually, like take care of the damage. However, in this case, they're surrounded by enemies, and they're on the water, and there's no case I can think of where the spirit, the cool Barter, whatever it's called, can protect or can like fix the ship or something like that. So it has to like protect the ship. But then how could it do that? Like, I mean, like I figure, like for example, like if that's the case with this ship, then arguments have to appear. Like for example, why didn't like Whitebeard's main ship defend itself or something when it was taken up by a Kainu in the crossfire? You know what I'm saying? It's like there are certain things that you have to question now, because if like why is it that the Sunny Ghost ship is that much more important than freaking the Moby Dick? It's like that's I think a little bit too much.
I would say that the only way that the sailor, I'll call him, comes out would be, I mean, he never really comes out in front of people, and to be honest, it would only make sense for him to, I don't know, repair the Sunny enough after they escape, enough so that they can just get to Wano, not for it to like save them. So I don't think it's going to be a factor in saving the Straw Hats. It just doesn't make any sense. There's not enough evidence
enough for Frankie to actually fix it.
Yeah,
I think that you're missing one point. That what if the Straw Hats are captured and we go to trial, and the case comes into play?
That's exactly what I want to happen. That's exactly what I want to happen. I say fuck it. They got beat. Oven came in there. My dude, top 3 not confirmed. He came in there, hot C. Okay, Fishman are out.
You're so obsessed with the not confirmed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, and then wait. Hold on, because you see my top 30 list, and then
I fucking haven't yet.
Shame on what the hell?
It's on his YouTube. You could watch it right now.
You should.
Yeah.
And then
you probably released a fucking chapter when I wasn't available due to the hurricane.
It's top. Actually, maybe I'm not too sure, but top 30 though. You should watch it. Anyway, so Oven does his thing, right? He does his thing, and then the fishermen are out of commission. Now, there is the theory. I think I forgot who donated. I think it was Unforgiven who said this before, but maybe not. But the whole thing about how there could be mirrors down at the bottom where they can escape too.
No, that was me.
That was okay. What the fuck? Oh yeah, that was you. Slayer. My God, yeah, I was Slayer. So Slayer, Slayer. My goodness, bro.
That's twice.
I think that theory requires.
No, because then you also said that you also stated that because the mirrors are underwater, but Brûlé herself is not directly there, the powers won't be negated. Just how Luffy with his arm could still punch underwater, but he was severely weakened or something.
Yeah, because basically Brûlé's power, because people can pick Brûlé up and take her through the mirror without her will. So that implies to me that her power just works as long as she's touching a mirror, which means it cannot be deactivated.
In this chapter, we get confirmation that Brûlé's working with the Big Mom pirates, and she's delivering bullets and she's transporting Oven. So the time frame for this to happen might not be possible.
Yeah, well, the counter argument to that is mainly just how Oda's been using Brûlé. She's been appearing at the most convenient times in the most on-the-nose writing way possible.
That is definitely true.
So,
she's the key to the entire arc.
I consider Brûlé only being a plot device, nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah.
She is nothing significant for the story except for being used, like I said, as a plot device to move from one place to another using her mirrors.
Yep.
Nothing more.
She is better than Fanpei.
No, but Brûlé only helped when she was captured, and right now she's with Big Mom.
She's a plot device. By the time,
I mean, she's not going to betray Big Mom just to betray Big Mom, especially when they're so close to getting the Straw Hats.
By the time this arc is over, she will have a zero meaning, and she'll probably never appear ever again in the future chapters, except for just like a cameo.
Like half the cast.
That's it.
But I mean, It
Just
doesn't
to
make
add to
sense
that.
to me that there would be a mirror under that specific location, and then second of all, Brule would be helping both sides. It just doesn't make sense to me, especially since Brule doesn't like the Straw Hats because she's been captured a couple of times.
I mean, I don't think she'd help them. It's just that, like, you have to ask yourself, how did, like, there's been so many times where she should have been protected by her family, but she's been captured anyway. Like, she got
But
captured by
we,
Peckham's no ease.
she brought the bullets though, so it's not like
And she's an accessory. She is nothing significant past that. She is not an interesting character. She is not a character that people should even care about. Like, she's
She
nothing.
loves Katakuri. She loves her brother. That's a thing.
The only way
Yeah,
that Brule
that's
comes
true.
into play, like let's be real here. The only way that Brule comes into play, because Brule's not gonna willingly, again, she's not gonna willingly try and portray Big Mom and therefore help the
Yeah.
Straw Hats. But what will happen is that if somehow she gets captured again by Peckham's, like if Peckham's can somehow escape, now that Oven's no longer there, I don't know if there's anybody else that can subdue Peckham. So Peckham's could be like on his he may be able to capture Brule again, and then go through the mirror, and then wind up near a mirror where it's actually the mirrors where it's underwater, and then they see the Straw Hats like float, like they're floating down. Let's grab the Straw Hats, and then they're not in the mirror and they're safe or something. So again, like my issue is that I don't like the idea, honestly. I'll be real with you, because the idea I think is a little bit wonky, and again, it's the continuation of the Brule plot device, and it's like hyper convenient. Like there's already been a lot of things that have been overly convenient in this arc, and I think that what Oda should do, because I think ultimately here's the thing, I think that Big Mom is going to spare most of them because the cake was because the cake was cooked.
Delicious.
Right, exactly. It was delicious, right? So then the thing here is that, okay, so because this thing, if they are captured, then I think that someone has to pay the price, and the person I think would be definitely Jinbei, because Jinbei for the entire arc has had death flags around him. Someone will have to pay the price if they're captured. Now, if they're not captured, because clearly Oda's been doing things like, for example, we haven't seen Snax' face yet and that kind of stuff. We haven't seen, let's say, there's one dude who may be, I mean, this is kind of out there, but maybe like the fusion of the decuplets, who's just who's dominating the Vince Smokes right now.
The ultimate jackfruit.
Right, exactly. Just like whatever's going on there. Exactly. It's huge. But there are certain things that Oda's clearly doing to where we're not going to see these characters really in action until either A, they return to Whole Cake Island, and or B, they fight them again in Albath or something of the sort. But if we're going to set that up, then there has to be, I think, a little more onus to, to raise the stakes back, like at that point in time. And so let's say, because I think that, because there's a chance, I think, that Law may die during the whole Kaido thing. That I think would be a bit much. But let's say you have Jinbei die in Whole Cake Island because of Big Mom. You have Law die because of what went down in Kaido. And voila, now you have this, now it's just more, it's more than just, okay, well, it's Pirate King, but also we have a reason to go back that's bigger than ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So,
there's one other thing that you could also put on there with the Jinbei part. If he passes away now, he could always leave the protection of the Mermaid Island, basically, to the Straw Hats, in which case Big Mum destroys it, and that starts the second war between the Straw Hats and the Big Mum pirates. Because it's foreshadowing that that's going to get destroyed, and it's got something to do with the Straw Hats.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, just to go back to your point, King, but my only problem with the trial thing is that Big Mum's always, like, throughout most of the arc, she always seemed like pretty much a businesswoman. She made a deal and she stuck to it, but almost all of her promises are filled with like tricks and schemes, and like she doesn't stick to them. Like the roulette thing that Jinbei has to turn is like
but with
trapped.
With Pedro, she listened to reason. With Pedro, you can bargain with her.
Yeah, I'm just saying that.
Yeah,
right.
She
That was only after he ripped out his eye.
She'd let them all go, and then she was just gonna kill them all anyway.
Right. And then also you have the add-on factor that the cake that Sanji cooked was so good that her level of bliss was equal to that, if not even greater than that, of the way she felt during her 6th birthday when Mother Caramel Company were there. So there could be a deal struck up because of that reason too, where she realizes that Starusen was out of commission, so how does the cake cook? And then maybe because Sanji cooked the cake, she's sympathetic towards that, or even more so than she normally would be. And then so instead of killing all the Straw Hats, I'll take one of the Straw Hats, and then since Jinbei wants to be an official Straw Hat, he'll be an official Straw Hat. Fine, fair enough. But then he kicks the bucket as well. So I like Jinbei, but ultimately I think that again, if they are captured, how are they going to escape that capture? And I don't think that, because I know folks say pudding this, pudding that. But I mean, if they're captured, can pudding just swoop in there, erase memories on the fly, and then just save them like that? I don't know if that's going to work.
What did pudding have to?
I mean, I think maybe she'll try to convince, but she'd have to because she likes Sanji, yeah. But then we're not too sure what happened between Sanji and Pudding, because I think that Pudding erased Sanji's memories. That's my guess.
Just a kiss. I'm not convinced anything else happened.
Yeah, I don't think erasing memories works, to be honest.
Well, I mean, if Pudding does try to fly in and plead for the Straw Hats' life with their mama, maybe they could use the fact that Pudding is the one who stopped her tantrum and would listen to her. But
I think it's going to be a combination of characters.
Don't forget, she's also got the third eye. She's one of her treasured children at the moment, because she thinks she's one of the only people that can read the polyglyphs to get her to where she wants.
It's probably going to be a combination of characters to come in and vouch for the Straw Hats. Probably Katakuri is probably going to get back up.
That would be wild. Man. That would be crazy, bro.
I would personally say at the moment, and that Pudding will confess that it wasn't her that did the cake. It was actually Sanji. And if that happens, Big Mom is going to feel a sense of
conflict.
She's gonna have a sense of conflict, and
honestly,
he's gonna endowment.
Endowment, yeah, because Sanji made such a delicious cake, because by the way that you see her, it's something that she has never tasted before in her entire life. It was better than anything in her wildest dreams, and
she's not letting Sanji go.
No, she ain't. She's gonna grab that ass and take some of the soul.
It might become worse, yes. She'll never let him go, but she'll actually spare the Straw Hats for all eternity. She'll never do anything to them.
Well, if she did that, she'd have to say something like, "Well, you have to join my crew if I'm going to let you live." It doesn't make any sense for Big Mom to let them do all of this, all the stuff they've done in Whole Cake Island.
Unless she forces him to keep making cakes like that as payment.
Yeah, I mean, unless she actually makes a trade with Sanji, you give me some of your lifespan, and I can make a homie that can cook like you. Unless that was the thing, she ain't gonna let him go.
No, actually, that's a problem, because then it takes away Sanji's uniqueness as a character.
Could there be a chance that Big Mom might be on a second rampage? Keep this in mind that she kept the semblance the first time. What if she keeps on eating the cake and she keeps on going and going?
Yeah. But ultimately, that I think is what I would prefer to see. But I mean, I think ultimately they did escape, and I think even if because I like the idea of Katakuri coming and vouching, as well as other characters that were vouching for the Straw Hats, and then maybe some of their life is so maybe no one dies, or maybe only one person dies as a result. But at the same time, I think that there's a lot of options for escape when it comes to the current situation. Whether it's whether it's Nami and the climate attack thing, which is a possibility where she makes the Mirage thing, whether it's the submarine or it's the mini Mary, whatever it's called, right? The mini Mary, right? Something like that, right? Something like that. Yeah. So there are options to escape. And now I also want to ask this question. Okay, so someone I forgot who said this in chat during the stream earlier today, but someone did note that maybe the Vince Smokes would sacrifice themselves to protect the Straw Hats. Maybe Judge want to do something to try and save them. But again,
doesn't make sense.
Right, exactly. Yeah, how do they make any I don't see Judge going out of his way to do that. I really don't.
No. Judge just got his pride.
Yeah, the only I could see is the minions. They did the body shield.
Yeah.
I think it was Niji. But then where they're going to come from? The only ship that's close to them is Judges, and Judges is behind behind a fleet being held up.
Well, I don't think
Right.
that's a factor, to be
I
honest.
mean,
'cause
Judge has got to
with
go one-on-one with Snack too.
That's
Yeah,
getting
man.
off screen.
Yeah.
That's getting off screen, guys.
It's
Come on.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but
I mean, hell, if Oda makes Brook versus Big Mom off screen and Akainu versus Aokiji off screen, we ain't gonna see Judge again for the rest of this arc.
Guys,
my
I
boy.
want to see that match. I want to see that main event.
you're not gonna see it 100%.
Hey, it's confirmed we ain't gonna see it because Snack is still shaded. We don't even know what he looks like.
We'll
If we
We've seen
We're not gonna see Judge fight him. All right. We didn't
Yeah,
even see Rouge.
I agree. Yeah.
Nah, don't say that.
I want to see it. No, I want to see it, but I'll be
We
really.
want to see it.
Yeah, we
But
want to
what
see it. Yeah. Exactly. It's like
Like even in your dreams, that is going to happen. Like Judge fought, bleh. Judge versus fucking Snacks. Confirm it's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen in the next chapter.
Off screen.
No,
That's
all right, well,
that's like all your
maybe
your
dreams come true,
fans
bro.
that want to see
Maybe
that fight.
dreams come true. Maybe.
The
I mean,
title for top
if we're
5.
gonna-
I
if we're
want to
gonna
see
Judge
Snoopy
fight,
do something.
and we don't get a Sanji fight. I mean, what is that? You can't have that happen.
like
got a Sanji kick.
There's no Sanji fight.
The best fight we got from Sanji this arc was when he speed blitz punted Oven like across the the block. But that was
Yeah,
it.
that's the best.
Can we talk about how tanky Oven is? Well, like how
Yeah.
many hits could it take?
Oh,
I
yeah.
heard people say he seared his wounds, but I'm not.
Actually,
That's hardcore.
maybe. Yeah, it'd be hardcore if he did that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, like Enel can restart his heart. Why can't Oven sear his wounds closed?
That's
Yeah, I
super
didn't
hardcore.
see it.
I mean,
Yeah.
Pharaoh Sparrow can put candy
Hey,
over his missing arm and substitute. I mean,
King, how about this?
But he was still bleeding out.
The person who wins becomes top 5. How about that?
No. Judge has that spot automatically. It is what it is. Judge has that spot automatically.
I mean,
Why?
Luffy just beat Katakuri, but that don't make him top 5.
Right.
Was
Thank
Cat top 5 though?
I
No.
think he really only beat Katakuri because Katakuri.
I mean,
Top's like
Yeah,
Cat's
the
like top
scenes
15, but I mean the problem is that like okay, I don't want to go into the details of Katakuri Luffy again. I just really don't. But I'm tired of doing that. I really am for another damn day. But okay, but here's the thing though. So again, Oven,
If Ty
he
was here,
keeps
he would've
on.
have done that.
But okay, so remember how in the previous chapter, Niji, it looked like the orb like went through this guy, like it looked like it pierced his whole body or
Ichiji.
something.
It
Yeah, Ichiji, right?
Totally
Ichiji, right?
did.
It actually did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what?
I mean,
So
Oven
then
got
maybe
down
he
to
did
his
sear it.
knees.
So okay, hold on. But see, it depends on a few things. It depends on number one, what was the substance or energy that Ichiji used to attack Oven? I'm not sure what the hell that even was.
Laser.
It's
Laser.
pure light.
Plasma.
Laser?
It's
Plasma?
light.
Actually, plasma.
Light.
The laser. I don't know about laser because laser is.
He's a-
I believe laser
Lightsaber.
because we do have people like fucking like Kuma. He fucking shoots lasers. Like why the fuck not?
Frankie shoots lasers.
Yeah, from his nipples.
Like why not lasers instead of plasma? Like we have it. We have as contenders. We have plasma. We have lasers, and we have the energy light.
Yeah, but my issue is that you have okay, but my issue is that okay, as far as you understand, the smartest person in the world is Vegapunk. Now I'm not too sure if that's like confirmed, but as far as you understand, he's the smartest person in the world. Now Vegapunk was able to recreate Kizaru's lasers in the form of Pacifista, but they don't come in the form of like orbs or like ovals. They are regular beams they have to charge up and fire. What Ichiji did was like orbs or ovals that went through Oven, and they damaged Oven. So I'm not sure if they're even lasers. I'm really not.
It looks like Kizaru's jewel of whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
but
attack.
way
Yeah,
bigger.
yeah.
But way bigger. Like his orbs are like very small. Like as big as his fingers can make the orbs. Like I forgot like the Yasakani no Magatama, right?
Yes, I can and Magatama.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly, yeah. So if the orbs are as big as like the finger circles that he makes, then they're not huge. These things that he made, like the sparking thing, were huge orbs that went through Oven's entire body. But even still, Oven, if it did go through his body, then he had to sear his wounds in order to survive. That's definitely true. But even still, afterwards, he's not like he's not down out because he's able to heal the entire ocean around the Sunny and dispose of the Fishman. I was like, dude, like that's impressive. So like Oven definitely ain't no joke, and I think ultimately we have to respect that. I know I say top 3 jokingly, but again, it comes down to these are the Big Mom pirates. Like yeah, you saved Sanji, congratulations, but the escape is not going to be that easy. And just when you think everything's a-okay, false, wrong. Like there's going to be a price to pay. And whether it's going to be in the shipping destroyed or heavily damaged, because we've already seen Pedro and Pound die as a result of all of this. So deaths have occurred, but we have to solidify the notion here that there's still a ways to go for Luffy to get to this point to where he can say, now I'm on their level. Whether it's his own combat ability and whether it's his influence, he still has a ways to go. So you mess with the Yonko, you pay the price. But they are definitely alive. That's for damn sure.
That's why I love the trial theory. And it also it also could come into play for the meta theory of Luffy dying at the end of One Piece, because he loses like 40 years of his life here. So then Luffy will die. That could also happen to Roger as well. We know he entered Big Mom's territory. He could have lost.
No, he died of an illness. That's why Crocus was on the ship.
Yeah, but we don't know what that illness is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be the life-draining ability that would cause the illness.
Unless Roger lied or something.
Yeah.
But why would he stop and Rayleigh?
Well, I mean, they had to get Crocus just to keep him alive for that last journey.
So why?
That could be body fatigue, though. You don't know.
So Roger entered Big Mom's territory. Big Mom got pissed. Big Mom took some of his life force. Roger actually wasn't ill, but he was running out of time anyway. So he kind of lied.
Why wouldn't Big Mom advertise that she did that to the pirate?
But he had Crocus before he even went to Big Mom's territory, because I thought he got Crocus before his trip for the 2 years on the Grand Line.
Oh, I'm not too sure.
The thing with Roger and Big Mom, isn't that kind of a little bit of an asshole?
What do you mean?
No, I wouldn't say so. Because Big Mom's been along for a long time. And he needed the blueprints to find.
Well, I mean, it adds some lore to just how long Big Mom has had that one red poneglyph. I mean, Roger had to walk into her Tato land just so that he could read it.
Wait, what? Is that true?
If Big Mom had
it was one of the chapters.
Lifespan from Roger, wouldn't she have used it on a homie or something?
Yeah,
I think. But I mean, it's Roger. It's the king of the pirate. I mean, she can't take it.
That's what I'm saying. It's a little bit of an asshole.
Well,
I wouldn't say
that. Let me ask you this: if Moria got Roger's shadow, couldn't he still use Roger's shadow in a zombie because of how the power works?
Oh yeah. If Roger was dead, Moria's shadow could still, because I think. Yeah, like even because I think that it's independent. I think it doesn't matter if the person's dead or not. Yes, as far as I remember.
Yeah, once the shadow is severed,
the person does have to be alive. That's why they send them out on the ship. Otherwise, they just kill them straight away.
Yeah, I believe
the person has to be still alive. All I'm saying is that Big Mom's just an ability. So even if Roger is Roger, you know, all the hype and all the power he's got, if someone takes his shadow or his lifespan, it still works. It's the thing that I have a problem with is that the only way you can steal someone's lifespan is if you're afraid of Big Mom, and I don't think Roger.
I think Big Mom has multiple ways of doing it, because the contract with the wheel is another type of contract. It's not the afraid contract. It's you spin the wheel and you get lifespan taken. So that necessarily doesn't mean.
Well, if that was the case, Jimmy would have had his time span taken. Jimmy didn't get his time span shaken, even with the wheel.
But the thing about the soul and fear is that in order to get your soul ripped out, you need to actually experience fear or actually be afraid of her.
Yeah.
Or
that's why the wheel's so important.
Or just give it willingly.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that's what all the townspeople do. Life, leave her life, and they like life, and then there's parts of their soul goes out.
Yeah, like Big Mom could have threatened to kill the whole Roger Pirates, and Roger's just like, nah, just take my life, man.
I thought the wheel was really big. I didn't think it was part of her power. I think she just used it to use her power. It's like
psychological warfare.
Right, exactly. Yeah, like for her, it was kind of like an intimidation tactic of, okay, so like how much are you willing to sacrifice? And so there's always gonna be a sacrifice. It depends on how much of it. Whether you where you willing to go. Like, do you want to sacrifice, let's say, 100 years, or 50 years, or 70 years, or 200 years? And that's why Jinbei said or earlier in the arc, he said that the reason why he mainly wanted to not do the whole roulette thing was because also he was going to sacrifice the lives of his crewmates too as a result, because the lifespan that he would probably roll, his own lifespan by itself probably wouldn't be sufficient. So you need his crewmates to kind of make up for that. And so he definitely didn't want to do that. So there is that component to it too. So honestly, like, when I think about it, you do have the roulette being, let me see here. It's going to be an option, I think, that she's going to use if they do get captured. Definitely, because there's going to, again, if they are captured, then there's going to be a price to pay. But at the same time, there could be a way that we get an indication on how much time Luffy has left, because he did lose lifespan because of the whole Impel Down thing with Magellan. So this could also...
Before that, in Eni's lobby, because Gear 2nd drains his life.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
that's what they thought. That's what they thought, but he's been using it this whole time, and it hasn't been.
Yeah, but he mastered it though, as far as we can tell. Like, he got better
he
at
uses
it.
limbs. Yeah, he uses just part of his limbs.
His Gear 3rd doesn't make him shrink either, so I mean.
Here's the thing with the lifespan consequence, right? It doesn't mean anything unless it comes into play later, because
it's the same
lifespan. Like, lifespan's not
will.
meaning consequences, you know?
I mean,
like,
why would Oda introduce it if he wasn't going to make it come back later in a more crucial moment, like all the Straw Hats are captured again, and then she brings out the relay, and Jinbei's, he just got that red flag, death flag shadow over his eyes, like, crap.
I see.
I think it was speaking too big to my boys, and now here it comes.
I think it was to, like, illustrate Luffy's ambition and how far he'll go for his ambition.
I mean, we don't know. The thing is, even if he takes, like, I don't know, because we don't know if it's like some Death Note thing where Big Mom can also see how much life you have left. She can just take out, like, oh, here's 40, 50.
Yeah, she knows that Zeppo only had like 20 years left, so that there might be something against that.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm just thinking.
The only way I see, her getting any of Roger's lifespan is if, why was Roger in her land? Why did she allow him to go in her land and even look at the poneglyph? Maybe he exchanged some of his lifespan so that he could just look at the red poneglyph, but she didn't think that.
She was pretty angry.
But that's like the only way I could see her getting any of his lifespan at all.
I don't think
he's Roger. I don't think she can just take that.
The Rainbow Homie is Roger's spirit.
Yo, the Rainbow Homie made me OP as pissed, bro. Yo, I'm waiting.
I got that Care Bear stomach beam.
I just noticed something crazy about page 18, right?
Oh, what is
you
it?
Notice in the sky that there's star homies? Is Big Mom intergalactic range?
No, chill. Cheekily. Whoa.
Wait.
No, that's a dreaming, man. That's a dreaming.
That's
page 18, right?
Yeah, Star Homie.
Yeah, there's a Cloud Homie. There's a Cloud Homie.
Range, she's on some Fujitora level attacks. You can't have that.
No, Fujitora does some other level shit. Like, Fujitora just, I don't know where he pulls that shit from. I have no idea.
Actually, if you look closer, the stars are actually homies.
Yeah, but they're not, but they're not actual, like, stars. Like, people, come on.
It's just a dream.
I know, it's a dream. It's a dream.
Look at Prometheus.
Or it's her, but it's her hallucination. Because, like, I think, let's say, like, those stars could be, like, they could be, like, just, like, fake stars or something. You know, like, they could be, like, just, like, hand-knit stars.
Okay. Wait, but what if? What if she can actually...
No.
I'm joking.
Actually, I have a question.
Strongest in verse if she's got star level attacks, man.
I wouldn't say that.
With Sanji, before Sanji went to Cacao Island, he said he had a plan. What was it?
Get back.
Cake.
Some people, by the way, when it comes to the suggestion of Roger and Big Mom having being able to see the red poneglyph. Some people, like someone in stream chat just suggested, what if Roger knocked up Big Mom when she was actually?
No.
That would be Katakuri.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Katakuri. Exactly. Yeah.
Katakuri
Katakauri's Roger's son. Yeah, definitely. That's what I want to hear.
It's Katakuri D.
Oh, no. No.
Isn't he the second son or something? Katakuri's like really old.
Dude, if Ty was in here, man.
Our Lord. That actually makes perfect sense.
No.
Oh god.
No.
Oh, King, you're in denial now. You're not even considering it.
Cat is 48 years old.
Yeah, Cat's like 40-something. It's not happening, though.
The reason it doesn't make any sense is because Big Mom, the entire reason she hates Lola is because she didn't get in a marriage that would have allowed her to beat Roger. But if she was with Roger in the first place, she wouldn't need the marriage. So.
Well, we can all assume Roger's like, he knocked her up when she was still looking good, but once she started to get along with her.
I'm pretty sure the story says that he's only had the one.
Guess how you doing?
Hey, stop disrespecting Big Mom's name. She's a wholesome woman, alright? She gets married.
Oh, that's right.
You mean Big Mom pounces on these men and that's what happened. That's what happened.
She married him first.
Since you're currently her husband.
Yeah, she marries you first, and then she has children.
Yeah. She's a nice lady.
Charlotte D. Ogtooth.
Fucking.
Alright,
Oh god, yeah. All right, so. All right. Okay, so then let's go on to like the next thing of this topic, which we want to talk about here. So, what options, if they escaped, how did they escape?
I'm gonna throw Shanks out there first.
No fucking clue.
Oh no.
I mean,
They doesn't make any sense.
Into the ocean, roasting all the fishmen.
Go underwater.
Nami can control weather, so is it possible for her to cool a section of water off for them to travel to the fishermen further down?
Because some folks have been saying Zeus too. Some folks have been saying Zeus as well. That Zeus was used to escape. Like she charged up Zeus, and then Zeus he became puffy again, and then they rode him, like the Nimbus, and then they escaped.
That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense because
I thought Zeus is on the other island.
It would make sense if Big Mom rode Zeus, but Zeus is he's a fucking cloud. How are they going to ride on something intangible? It doesn't make any sense.
Magic?
Well, he's still a homie, so it's kind of like maybe he could be intangible, but at the same time, he's like, okay, it's kind of like, okay. Because, Luffy, I remember at one point, Luffy did grab Zeus. Like, he was able to grab him and touch him. So
wasn't he using Haki?
Well, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter.
Luffy used Haki Gatling against Prometheus, and it didn't affect him at all.
But don't forget, he's rubber, so he can touch electricity in that. So wouldn't he be able to touch the cloud?
Also, don't forget this Sky Island. It's just a thick cloud. Like, you can be on a Sky Island. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, but that's a different...
Are you saying Zeus is made out of the same cloud as Sky Island?
Who knows?
I have no idea.
No, he's made out of...
I don't think they're using Zeus.
That's some high-tier
candy. Isn't he? Because the rain in Whole Cake Island is candy rain, so isn't he made out of candy to an extent?
Well, no. Well, no, the rain would be more so... Okay, here's the thing. All right, so first of all, is it a Sky Island cloud? Probably not, because there are no thunder clouds in Sky Island. And he can become a thundercloud. He can actually emit electricity like a regular thundercloud would. Because Enno had to actually make thunderclouds with the Arc Maxim, which don't exist in Skyline. That's the first thing. The second thing is that the precipitation may be candy juice, but at the same time, ultimately, he's still a cloud. I think that he can. It's kind of like the Nimbus, where like he can kind of pick and choose who can ride him, essentially. And since Nami is kind of like making him a slave, then okay, fine. But my issue ultimately is that there is no way, when we see the explosion, the ship probably had to, how do you say? Okay, they had to weather the explosion and then ride Zeus, because when we see the explosion, there's nothing riding away from the explosion at that point in time. Like we see nothing. That's actually like going away. So all we see is the explosion and that's it. So there would have to be, because Zeus is aerial, so there'd have to be some way for them to actually ride Zeus into the sky somewhere and escape through that method. And because we don't see that, potentially in the last page on the left-hand side, there's a column of smoke that we see going up into like the upper area, the upper atmosphere. So potentially, if they're still on the ship, then they could ride Zeus like that and go up to the upper atmosphere. But the issue is that again, A, the time frame, and then B, we would see something that would indicate that something has left before the explosion hit. At least that's what I would argue.
With B, you could argue that again, Mirage Tempo could hide them, so it's possible that we wouldn't see it.
No, we see it
because he is a cloud that allows.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Oh, okay, so the Mirage Tempo is not done on the ship, but just on them to escape.
Yeah, it could.
But then they abandoned ship.
I still don't think Zeus did anything anyway. I'm just saying that for the sake
I don't
of
think Zeus is a factor in their escape. They do escape.
I mean, if Oda showed something small that would suggest they got away, it wouldn't really make such a dramatic in for chapter 900. So,
Yeah,
I mean, he'll probably show. I mean, Oda's gonna surprise us all with how they escape, most likely, because he's been surprising the hell out of me for the last 50 chapters.
Well, some people are saying he's not going to show it. Some people are saying that we're going to stop Whole Cake and go straight over to Zoe, and it just
That'd be interesting.
Wow.
And then we see
Oda the troll,
we get a
man.
flashback.
I mean, chapter
there's
900.
no way that'll happen. There's no way.
It could happen.
Well, isn't
I refuse to believe that.
I swear, if chapter 901 we're immediately at the Reverie, Oda's patrolling all of us.
Oh, that'd be good. I would like that, actually.
what happens if this kind
wanna
of
see the
stops the second time skip for like a year or something?
No.
They ended here. They go to the next one. Then they show King's favorite Zoro's crew doing their thing for the next year.
Katakuri the new Luffy.
Absolutely. Huge fan of Zoro.
And then they come back after and as he said, they've been captured. They paid the price, and you see what's left.
Oh god.
It wouldn't be that wrong.
I'd be so angry.
I don't think it'd be that
would
wrong.
freak.
Yo, King, what about the Zoro rescue theory? Zoro rescue team.
Well, like he's been captured by the Shogun Wano Kuni or some shit because the Shogun and Wano Kuni and Zoro have some ties or something?
Zoro comes to save Luffy and Whole Cake Gold.
No.
Oh, hell no. Never.
Fuck no.
Like, no, like Zoro's in Wano. He's going to stay in Wano for a long time. Unless they really need to go and all go to Whole Cake and save Luffy and Chopper and Sanji and company. That's and then even still, they have to bring... It'd have to be the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. It'd have to be like all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it'd have to be Bartolomeo. It'd have to be all of them. Zoro's going to walk in there solo, right? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like Big Mom, where you at, dog? Big Mom, it's time.
What do you think about the Whitebeard imposter son? You reckon he might show up?
Now? No.
What, in Whole Cake?
I mean, even if he did, he's getting mid-diff. He's getting destroyed. Absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, Oda said that we were gonna make it to Wano this year, so I don't see Zoro.
That's what he said last.
No, not Zoro. The
Weevil.
Weevil guy.
Weevil's looking for Marco. I don't know why she would be a Big Mom search, right?
They found out that the Straw Hats were still alive, and then the fake mum said, "Oh, this is the other person that's got the other connection to your father." And then they started looking for him too.
Because I see Weevil in Wano, but I don't see him.
No Weevil. No Weevil. No. Okay. The only possible outside forces that may be involved in this whole thing would be if Stussy actually did have some Marines, some World Government agents on the side, and that. But those would be the only outside forces possible. I mean, honestly,
what about that thing Oda brought up about a legendary person joining the story?
That's all Wano, probably.
That's Wano.
That's all Wano. That's all Wano.
I thought the legendary person's supposed to become their greatest enemy. Then the legendary person that's supposed to join.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
I can see Stussy pulling out some, maybe other CP0 or other Marines, because it's not like she went all the way to Totland by herself.
Is Rob Lucci lurking?
Here we go, Rob Lucci.
My man, Rob Lucci lurking. in Whole Cake Island.
Rob,
what it
no, fuck
I don't think
no.
so. No.
Definitely not,
Rob
dude.
Lucci solos been
Rob
made.
Lucci.
If Rob Lucci
It's a
appeared in
covert
Whole
offering.
Cake, it would take away from the badass.
Yo,
Katakuri.
that would be insane.
Out of your ass.
He comes in there, he Raikugan's Big Mom one-shots her, and then we leave. That's gonna happen.
Nah, Lucci isn't doing that. No.
Rob Lucci is losing to Campo OD, like just like absolutely slaughtered by Campo.
How good would it be if he actually joined Katakuri and became like his right hand man there?
Sick. That would be sick.
Orgasmic, absolutely orgasmic, but it's like odds are that's not gonna happen.
You're saying that Lucci actually loses to Compo OD. Does that mean you actually admit that Rob Lucci sucked?
Sorry?
No, Rob Lucci was Rob Lucci was good for his time, but Rob Lucci's not on those guys' level
King,
in general.
have you seen Film Gold? Have you seen Film Gold, King?
Yeah, I mean he fights against Sabo, but we never see for the full fight.
Well,
I mean, come on.
when
I'm in hockey confirmed.
9 guys.
Okay, if I'm hockey firm, but Rob Lucci's not beating
It showed
Katakuri, he's
that
not
they
beating
got
Smoothie, he's not
stronger.
beating hell no, dude.
King, I'm just pulling your leg back.
I know you are, but stop it. Stop it.
So, King, just
I mean,
about
I'm
your
sure.
trial.
I'm sure
thing.
Rob Lucci got stronger because when he was undercover in
Okay.
Water 7,
Well, he got stronger,
Oh, yeah,
but he's not taking that Big Mom. Like that's
No.
Like, does it really matter because the films aren't really canon? They're just films.
I mean, Oda writes them, so I don't know about that.
Yeah, but we know that Rob Lucci, because we saw Rob Lucci in Dressrosa, so we know he's there, and he's a member of Agent Zero now. And then some folks believe that Agent Zero is stronger than the Admirals. So I'm not saying that he's...
I don't know about that.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So like, I'm not saying that's like actually like the case. I'm just saying that some folks believe that, and so Rob Lucci's probably going to power up. How much of a power up, I'm not too sure, but I would ultimately say that he still is weaker than Luffy ultimately. But either way,
I posted my pound scale in the chat, so you can have a look where I put Rob Lucci.
Yeah, I mean, guys, I just going back to what we were discussing, like, how do we think they could possibly escape? Because I'm scratching my head and I can't think of any resource.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
think-
thinking
there's several.
I'm thinking
things.
they are captured, but if they do escape, I think they're pulled underwater by either Watatsumi, and then they can maybe have a bubble around their ship to save them for a bit, and then pop back up somewhere else.
But wouldn't the Big Mom Pirates have an answer for that? They know the fishermen are, a problem now. I mean, the fishermen shouldn't be allowed to leave anyway.
Oven's
But
the only one
they
doing
think
it,
that
but they would
they've
have to take
mothballed
damage.
it, yeah.
To be fair, the end of this chapter kind of felt me with the same way as when Big Mom landed on the Sunny Go. I felt they had no chance of escape, but then somehow they escaped. The same thing here. They're surrounded completely. You got Big Mom's big ship. It looks like the Sunny's completely destroyed. Next chapter, Sunny's, he got hit, but he's still going.
I think this is the breaking point of the arc. Oda said, "This is enough. Big Mom's time to win, and the trial's gonna happen." That's what I honestly think. is gonna happen.
Okay, then, with the trials, what happens?
I think he's purposely having a dig at King.
Well,
All right,
what
the
will
trial,
happen
right?
to Vince?
Maybe
So
he is
with-
this cocksucker.
With the Vince
Maybe he
Mix,
is.
Vince Mix shouldn't be allowed to live because
That's
she wants
true.
that technology.
Well,
so
you know,
she needs to kill her.
Reggie said the Vince Smoke deserved to die, so that's a possibility.
Yeah, so
Judge
I
still
think
Yeah,
But
but
that would
Sanjay
make-
wouldn't like that though.
Yeah, he wouldn't, but it's a Yogo's territory, so
But then what was the point of the Vince Mix? Because they
the Vince
just
Smokes are there just to have more backstory for Sanji. Like Judge isn't redeemed yet. Judge is still a piece of shit.
I mean, they could be used for the end of war and the end of the series. Vince
Did
Smoke's
he need
coming
to-
to help Luffy.
I mean, he created so much backstory for the Vince Smokes. It just seems like such a huge waste, especially with that thing with Sora as well. For him to kill them.
I think it's about the theme of the arc. It's about the family you choose compared to the family that you're born with, and the Vince Smokes I don't think can be redeemed. How do you redeem massive child abuse?
God
That's
damn
what-
the fucking door again.
That door's crazy, bro.
That-
But yeah,
that
no,
was not my
child
door.
abuse. No. That's the thing that they cannot be redeemed. There's no way. I mean,
That's what
at
I'm
least from
saying.
that standpoint, it's not. Yeah.
The only redeemable one is Reizu.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Actually, I have a question. I have a question about that, about the Vince Mix. One of the things that's confused me a lot about the Vince Mix is why do the males all have that thing where they like beautiful women. Shouldn't the Vin Smokes have that programmed out of them?
Wait, that's
What's wrong with that?
Mm.
That's
I thought they're just sociopaths. They're not.
It comes from
less than
It's not
emotion
like
at
they
different
don't
points.
have. It's like they don't experience emotion. It's
Well-
just
Well,
they.
remember?
Well, I mean,
They do experience emotion. They experience anger and jealousy and all this other. It's just they don't experience like love and
I mean,
stuff like that.
understand
They
it.
don't
Yeah,
have
have no
empathy.
understanding.
it looked like everyone except
Right.
ETG could panic when Judge got a hit. So
Yes, I don't.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's
What
because
does it
like
mean?
there is because like here's
That's
the
what
thing
I
because
don't
like we know that if Judge had his way, then odds are that they wouldn't be because they do have emotions. Like let's say they do have, like they do feel anger, they do feel jealousy and that kind of stuff. But if Judge wanted his way, they'd be just emotionless, like just soldiers and stuff, like, like kind of like pacifista. But
I
the
don't
problem is
think
that
so.
with Sanji's mother, Sora, she took in some drug, and whatever that drug did, it kind of altered some of that to a degree. So they did come out like monsters anyway, but they do share some traits, and that's why, because Reiju was born independent of the boys.
Yeah.
yeah,
So-
she's what 1 or 2 years older than the boys are.
she's-
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
yeah, exactly, yeah. So the thing about it is that because she's independent from the boys, she wasn't affected by whatever drug her mother had drank or the stronger
Ingestion.
degree of genetic editing that that Judge used on the on the boys. So that's why they kind of share that similarity.
But where does that's what I'm trying to figure out though. Where does this infatuation for women come from? Because Judge doesn't have it. It doesn't come from their mother. Reiju doesn't have it.
Probably
I
the
mean, we
drug.
don't know if Judge has it.
It's primal. It's a primal thing. I don't know how that's emotions. It's just primal, dude.
But no other character has it. It's a staple of
Hey,
Sanji.
it's the swirly eyebrow, man.
Really, I've read
It's-
the game, dude.
To be honest, I'm pretty sure anyone that saw Robin and Army like that, they do the exact same thing, so it wouldn't really matter.
You can see it in the Judge speech last
Matters to a
chapter.
lot of
What
people.
he's talking about. So he
mean,
goes.
They
he
could
goes,
just be
"He's swayed
perverts.
He's swayed by pointless emotions and exposes himself for danger for the sake of the weak. So it must be that Judge programmed loyalty and things like that into the children.
Yeah, because they can't go against them. Because I think Ray said that before too, where like they can't go
Yeah,
against the Judge.
yeah.
But again, the thing here is that again, when Big Mom had like just destroyed Judge, they Niji and Yonji doubled back to try and help Judge. Only Ichiji stayed the course. So Ichiji may be
Yeah.
the one that is like the closest thing to what Judge had envisioned. But the rest of them, they do have again faults. They all have faults, but Ichiji may be the closest one to quote unquote perfection in his eyes. All right, hold on a second. So let me get to some donos real quick because I know someone donated 100 DKK, which I think is some Danish thing, whatever. That's not nothing big. So that's not Edge, but whatever. Colin West donated $5 super chat. But I appreciate it. I appreciate. I'll take all the love. I'm not stingy. There's plenty of me for love. Trust me, big man as I am. Colin West donated $5 super chat. Said, "Hey Kingu, ready to see your fave top 5 character Judge one shot by Snack? You getting one shot? One shot? Come on, man. One shot. Wait a minute now. Hold on now.
10 days.
That would mean Roach is stronger than Judge.
Ooh,
That means the road.
No. Snack's about to show Judge's final form. I'm telling you, man. He was hiding his final form. He was hiding it. I'm telling you.
King, look in the group chats on the Google Hangouts.
Okay. Well, let
The
me.
link I just posted.
All right. So let me get through some donos and I'll get to that real soon.
Why, Rhythm?
Colin donated $2 super chat. Says, so Senpai knows me. Yeah, I knows you, bro. I got you, Colin. The Chandre, $2 to super chat says, how more of Warrior Big Mom or Pooty Prisoner? How more of Warrior Big Mom or Pooty?
I think he's
I don't
talking
know.
about
One Punch Man?
Yeah, One Punch Man, right? Yeah. But I mean, how more of Warrior Big? I mean,
Oh, I get it. How much more of a warrior because of the whole prison warrior thing? How much more of a warrior is?
Yeah. No, man, Big Mom has 40 husbands. It's over. Like, stop. No, what the hell? It's over, dog. Like, Big Mom is the warrior. She is pinnacle. Like, no
She's
doubt
the
about
shower
that.
mummy.
Exactly.
She's conquered
Exactly.
the husbands.
Exactly, man. Like when they hit the showers with Big Mom, it's it's yo, like you know what's gonna happen. Like there is no escape. There is no escape. There's no running. Like Big Mom has speed too. There is no running from Big Mom. This is all right. Bam, 502 doing $3 through super chat through a regular donut says this. I thought what we saw in Big Mom's mouth was a part of her soul. Fruit, like a storage.
Oh yeah, no, she eats homies. We saw that when she was first introduced.
Nobody explain what that.
No.
Nobody explain what that.
She's also hallucinating.
Yeah, because I do want to get to that too. Once again, let me just continue the dono. What we saw in her mouth was a part of her soul fruit, like a storage place or something. I'm going to be so disappointed if everything was an illusion. No, it's not an illusion. But I don't think. Okay, here's the thing. So like she was talking about the whole like a pet cemetery, but Big Mom is not eating like pets, is she? No, of course not, right?
It's a juxtaposition between her happy singing and the violent reality of what's happening.
I think so too.
Just representing it that.
Because every time she said risky, something bad was happening to the Straw Hats. Whatever, like whether it was the Chanter ship coming out there and blowing it up, whether it was like oven previously, taking out the fisherman, like she always said risky too at the end of it, and like I think even like the last panel, she kind of ends off with the whole like Big Mom thing, like the Queen of Thailand. No, the second to last page, she says risky, and when she says risky, the Germa castle is being attacked, and then you have Judge facing off against Snacks. So I think the whole correlation there, it is a nice juxtaposition between the two, right? Exactly, yeah. So that definitely, it's again like if it's all an illusion, like let's be real here, like that's some lame ass shit.
This is why it can't be an illusion, because Big Mom doesn't know what's happening in Chocolate Town.
Right?
How does she imagine things she doesn't know?
Right.
She doesn't know the situation.
She's got all these homies. Is it possible that she's got some sort of connection where she can?
No, that's Napoleon.
I can understand if it was Prometheus or Zeus. Maybe she can see through their eyes, but I don't think she can see.
No, that doesn't make any sense because
I don't see that.
A lot of the previous.
You would have seen them through the seducing woods then.
No, wait, because in the beginning of Whole Cake, didn't she know things that she shouldn't have known?
Yeah, but that was Napoleon. Napoleon was telling her what was going on because he was the communicator.
All right. So what is it? So
it was like a satellite system.
But that would be too crazy. She could see whatever the homie sees.
Some Renegade level shit.
It's like she's got star power, and now she can see what any homie can see.
Man. That'd be a sensory overload now that I think about it. How could she pick what?
That's why she's so unstable, man.
Just
like
not
with Superman, who's on
I do think she might have the power to actually do that, but only to like things she actually concentrates on. I don't think she could just do it to every homie.
I'm not gonna give Big Mom powers. I haven't quite seen yet.
Yeah,
you pretty much will be going to headcanon territory if you do.
Yeah, like Ty's homeland right there.
Revan, what is this?
It's disgusting.
It was on Discord.
What you said.
It was on Discord.
No, I put it. I'm showing. I'm showing chat. I'm showing stream. Like, let's keep it real here. Like, okay, like everyone is thinking about that. Like, of course. How could you not?
Sorry,
my whole life without seeing that, man.
The winning tag to that now is King's little Kia. A little Kia that he was on. I do have the video. I could give it to you.
Dude, why on God's green earth are you giving you guys ideas? What the dude? Fuck you. That's some dick shit, dude. No. That should be. I should leave that video.
Post the link. Post the link, and I'll spread it. Post the link on.
It's one of King's top Twitch clips, I think. It should be.
Wait. Let me see.
The manly version, of course. The manly version.
No, manly version.
No. The bitch.
A manly cat.
Fuck you.
Can you compromise your manhood? All right, compromised it.
I know. That's the problem. That's the issue I have. I'm trying to have a good face here, man. I'm trying to make sure my reputation's in order. But no, you guys want to destroy it. Fuck you guys. You guys are dick suckers. Exactly. Yeah, you guys are dick suckers. All right, hold on. All right, let me. Really quickly, so let me. Oh my god, Neo Sun 64 subscribe for tier 1 4 months. Good stuff. Marvin, 200 bits, says, I believe because Big Mom ate the cake, she has better control over her homies, unlike in the chapter before with Bravosi, goddammit, where the bombs were stupid. That's probably why Oda kept switching between Big Mom and the Straw Hats. So is it ultimate to show that the cannonballs and the Chanter's ship are more powerful now because Big Mom is in better condition?
Yeah, maybe there's cannonballs.
That's right. The cannonballs didn't work because of Big Mom's state.
I
Right.
mean,
King,
What?
game over for you.
Well, fuck you. Well, then.
That could be the difference between Dressrosa and now.
if that's the case, that would explain why Nami can just capture Zeus, because when she captured Zeus, Big Mom was all skeleton.
Yeah, she was in not good condition at all. Right, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if she's gonna keep Zeus ultimately. I'm not too sure. But
no.
yeah, I don't like it. I really don't like it. But I mean, I know some people
That's
like
bad
it.
writing.
She don't need that kind of power right now.
Well, it doesn't make sense for her to have that kind of power because it's like she just had a 2-year time skip, and she's barely shown anything of what that 2-year time skip entails.
And she also has, and she just got a new climb attack in Zoe.
Yeah, which she
and
hasn't
then now
used.
she can get right, and then now she's gonna get like Zeus. It's like, wait a minute, like let's
Why?
let's hold on now.
Oda's showing some favoritism here. Robin's has no power up.
Oh, I know. That's the problem.
He even dropped iron balls on her at Dressrosa.
Yeah,
No, they were
yeah,
iron balls.
yeah,
They were
iron balls, and they were
caltrops.
Fucking pick on her, girl.
Oh my god, bro. Oh,
That was a shame.
To be fair, Oda took a big ball and slapped Sanji back to the ground. So
I got a brand new emote for you. It's gonna be called Cold Kia.
No.
So,
Wait.
No.
King, can you get Cold Champ?
I fucking posted it on Discord. There's nothing about it.
Oh, actually, no, because okay, so what? See, because I have like 7 now slots open for Twitch emotes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to probably take some of the Discord stuff because Revan gave me the crop outs. I'm gonna take some of the Discord things and I'm going to use them as emotes on Twitch chat. And then I'm going to also make the Arabian Night one, which is going to be Sinbad probably. And then after that, I'm not sure where we go.
Can we get Cole Champ? Because I really want that on Twitch.
Yeah, we're actually gonna use. Let me look at the pictures again. We're actually gonna use the Cole Perv. We're gonna use the Cole Loot, the Cole Hype, the Cole Champ, the Cole.
Yeah, there's So we're gonna use Cole Champ. Yeah.
We're gonna do a Cole Kiat.
Probably the Roach one too.
Maybe Roach. I am not gonna confirm Roach.
Oh hell yeah!
Roach not confirmed.
Get
not confirmed. No, hell no, dude. Hell no. Fuck that.
I
Not
was gonna
confirmed.
get a emote of Katakuri when he rips off his scarf and he's yelling at Flampe.
Actually, I kind of want that. But what I'm seeing, actually, because the shirts I'm gonna have up by tomorrow afternoon for the new shirts that Eric was working on. So the Slam Jam shirt is done, and we're gonna have that up. And that's gonna be fire. I'm buying that shirt immediately. Just
Wait, is that the one in the Discord museum?
Yeah.
Come on, Slam.
Yeah, with the Kuroko basketball. Yeah, with Luffy as the basketball and the Kuroko basketball eyes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm on that. And like Hawk on ham. But so that's gonna be hot.
Big Mom on cake.
Oh, Big Mom on Big Mom on cake. I dig that. I fuck with that. I like it's funny. All right.
Eric puts so much work into those.
I know he does. Well, that's why I pay him. But it's good stuff. It's very good stuff, and I appreciate that absolutely. And also the crown ones too. Like there's gonna be some general crown ones that are gonna be pretty cool too. All right, let me just continue to do some of these donos real quick. So the Loner 23 donated $2. Super chat says, "You think that Big Mom dream sequence part an awakening? No.
Oh shit!
I thought you'd already had her
Awakened or not?
I mean, if that's
like how? Like okay, because here's the thing. Like the awakenings to the Paramecia. As far as we know so far, all they've done is change the environment around them into their ability. So how would that apply to Big Mom? Like, could she take the souls of like different things around her immediately if she were to do any awake? Because I don't think Big Mom is awake. It makes sense that she's awakened, but I don't know what her awakening would be. You see what I'm saying?
It could be. It could be a Bleach situation where everything has a soul because of the rhythm
Oh,
of
Christ.
all things.
Yeah, you see everything.
Well, for all we know, she could be already using Awakening. We don't know because, like, it could be that her ability to steal life from other people could be Awakening, and that her ability to put those black souls
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
like Zeus or Prometheus could be just the devil fruit itself.
Yeah, like those
Ability
things.
to
Yeah, like those
control.
things could be her awakening because they act independently, like all the time, right?
So
Yeah.
But they're her actual soul. They're her physical soul, her own. As to everyone, all the others are like from everyone else that's donated their
so
soul.
that would be the Awakening. If that is Awakening, it's not.
That'd be
Well, I
crazy.
mean, if everything's got a soul and they go with that, couldn't her awakening be she could, like, make everything that she hasn't even put souls in into homies or make them into homies?
Yeah, I mean,
She's like walking on souls. She turns like the whole ground to a soul.
I mean, no, I mean that's.
Brooks,
Well, you see images of like kills and stuff.
Or she gets on some shaman
as
king stuff.
stars.
Oh, one at a time, please.
No, I
No, we're
don't
good.
think
We're
so.
good.
I don't think she even needs Awakening. I think her ability is OP enough as is.
Yeah, it doesn't even mean anything. Like, what does Awakening even?
I don't think her
Big Mom.
ability is even that strong. I just think she's strong because the nun girl, she had the ability, but she wasn't anything too
Well,
special.
we don't know because, like,
Mother
I mean, look at Moria. Moria, everyone will say that Moria is like trash and everything, but
Moria is trash.
but wait, hang on. but
The barrel tear.
when he has a 1,000 shadows inside of him, he practically cracked the entirety of Thriller Bark with just one punch when he had 1,000
yeah, but he
shadows.
still lost to pre-time
No,
skip
hang on.
Luffy.
I'm not talking about like Moria himself. I'm talking about the strength of his ability.
Right, yeah, but
okay.
like that is impressive in itself. But the problem is that he requires shadows of other people in order to do that. It's like his abilities are innately acquired on other people in order for him to actually maximize his strength. Whereas Big Mom, from when she was 5 years old, was taking out giants. So it's like, and it's her powers predominantly come from her three main homies: Zeus, Prometheus, and Napoleon, and that's all she really needs. Now, if she loses Zeus, I thought that would be a bigger problem. But however, all she really needs is to like make another Zeus. I think she's gonna be fine ultimately, because I don't want Big Mom to be nerfed permanently because Nami has Zeus, which I think would be just stupid, absolutely dumb. So
no reason why.
Do you think the way that Big Mom's Soul Fruit works is kind of similar to Moria with his shadows, where if you beat Moria, all the shadows that he stole goes back to its main owner?
No,
If
that's
you
not how
beat Big Mom, would all the homies go back
It doesn't work
to
like
their
that.
actual bodies?
We have to wait to see until Big Mom is actually defeated. Which,
Westfire. Westfire.
Edson,
I'm looking at anytime first.
Edson, your microphone is fucked up. It's robotic.
Let me fix it.
Yeah, Westfire. Moria's ability doesn't work like that. It's only when he put all the shadows inside himself that it worked like that. Because he said the first time.
Yeah. You're right.
He's going to kick your ass. He said, well, even if you kill me, the shadows will still be in effect.
That's right. Yeah.
So on some Imperial World Resurrection level stuff. So, but we don't know if a contract needs to be signed with Big Mom. We don't really know how she creates homies. We've never seen it happen. So,
well, in that case,
You kind of saw it happen.
beat Big Mom, Napoleon, Prometheus, and Zeus would go away.
I'm sorry, excuse me, but is somebody sleeping here?
That's what I was about to say.
Straight fapping, bro.
Somebody either sleeping or they're snoring mad OD.
Who is that?
Mongola, is that you?
Someone taking a jump? Or
All right, who am I kicking out?
Yo, that dude's out.
Why don't we all just mute our stuff and then we'll figure it out?
Wait. Let me. It's not Vongola.
It's Edson, I think. I think it's Edson.
Edson?
Yeah, I think it's Edson.
I think it's Ronnie.
Is
Oh, Ronnie. Okay, fine. Yeah, I think it's Ronnie then. Yeah.
Nah, bro, it's not me.
Yo.
I think it was that Van Olga guy.
Angola?
Yeah.
How do you unmute people?
I'm mute Vangola.
Let me see.
No.
Can't hear him.
Gongola is still muted, so it's probably him.
Yeah, it's probably him. Yeah, because I can't unmute him. So yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
We just got derailed.
He just probably realized it.
What were you talking about
Pass the
again?
fuck out.
Yeah, seriously, right, dude? I was like, wait a minute. Oh,
We saw
like
Mother
someone was
Caramel.
gone, bro. Long day at the office, man. This man was gone. Jesus.
Yeah, like you can literally hear it in the voice. Like he was going hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Hey man, a hard day at work, man, it gets you.
You want to bring it?
Yeah. Oh god.
Somebody please clip that.
That's fantastic.
Do you want
That
to
is
bring it edgy
fantastic.
now because this guy's clearly asleep?
Oh boy.
That's not what it sounded
You
like.
want to just
Okay.
unmute Mongola?
All right,
I
so
can't
let me. Okay, so now we've
What were we
taken a
talking
little
about?
break. Oh, okay. Well, I'm good through some donuts, and then we'll have some questions through that. So, Blue Noble doing $1 through a regular chat says, Mr. Giggles. All right, fucking Jiggles over here. 24 months to a Twitch Prime, 2 years. Yet Cole still talking trash. Absolutely, dog. Absolutely. The Blue Noble $1. Look, I'm just glad that Pudding isn't going with the Straw Hats. Thank Zeus and Prometheus. Pudding, I find I'm not sure. Honestly, like I'm not gonna front. Like Pudding, I'm not sure what's going on there because Pudding, I thought that she would actually play a bigger role, and I think she still is. But right now, if they do escape, let's say either through a submarine shark or they escape, let's say through a mini Mary, that kind of stuff, then I have to wonder. That's really for Pudding's character for the time being. Like that's it.
The thing is, right? We're either gonna have the trial or Whole Cake Island Part 2. Because if we leave right now, there's so many plot points unwrapped up. So, yeah, there'll be a Whole Cake Island Part 2 if we leave now.
Oh yeah, I just want to get to the Reverie, so I'm down for leaving right now.
I was
me
kind of
too.
hoping for a reverie at this chapter.
Well, I think actually, I forgot who posted this, but someone, because we have a YouTuber kind of like group call on not chat if you would on Twitter, and I think I forgot who it was, but either way, it was noted that the cover page of this magazine or of this chapter may allude to Oda skipping the Reverie and going to Wano, going straight to Wano.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well.
Yeah, which I
But
think
do we
would
know
be
how long the Reverie is
abysmal.
supposed to go for?
No.
Wait, of this chapter?
Unless Oda jumps back and forth between Wano and the Reverie.
Right.
Showing
Because
what
exactly, yeah,
happened at the
because
same time.
Oda made the promise that okay, well, last year I didn't make it to the Wano and Wano country, so this year we'll go to Wano for sure. But he has to. But it will be like kind of like a mix of the Reverie and then Wano, where we kind of go back and forth between what's going on in the Reverie and what's going on in Wano.
The timeline of the Reverie really doesn't matter when that happens. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Well, it has to be soon, since people are already going there.
Yeah, that's true, but we could just flashback that, or, you know, you don't have to have it right now, because Luffy's not involved, so you can have it whenever. It doesn't really...
Well, no, not really, because if like... Because it affects the Empress as well, so, like... And the Whitebeard Pirates, and also the Warlord Weevil's going there as well, so... Anything to do with the world government is affected by the Reverie, and the plans that the world government wants is also affected by the Reverie, so a lot of stuff that can happen at Wano can tell us exactly who can and cannot show up at Wano.
Maybe, but Wano's not part of the world government, so they're sort of like isolated out of that system. So that's why I'm saying Reverie could be after Wano, because they're not effectively affected by the Reverie.
But aren't we expecting the revolutionaries to show up at Wano?
No, I had a Reverie, not really Wano.
Yo, you know what just went through my mind? It's big news, makes it back to, you know, his printing press, prints out what happened at Whole Cake Island, and then the newspaper gets there during the Reverie.
Shit.
Yeah, that's what I want to happen. Yeah, I want Big News to get back there and start, talking. Yeah, that's what I want to happen. Yeah, it's just that again, like right now, like when it comes to the process of this feature of this story, I really want them to at least spend like at least like 8 chapters or like some of the sort on
Yeah.
Reverie. Like I really want to be a lot more than that, but at the bare minimum, I would say like 8 chapters because I really want to find out because Reverie should be talking about very important stuff about not only the history of the One Piece world, but also setting up things in the future, like when it comes to maybe the abolishment of the whole Shichibukai system, and to just kind of skip that, or to have that mix, or to have that mixed in there with, let's say, Wano Kuni, it's not gonna be good.
And what Cobra has to say too.
I'm gonna chat with you. That's what, right?
You know, I could actually see that happening, though. It's like we're at the Reverie, and then, you know, Fujitora comes up, and he's like, he announces the whole abolishment of the the warlord system. He announces that, and then it just cuts over to Wano, and then we get a newspaper of what happened afterward. Like, Fujitora was shot down, so he left the admirals, kind of like what happened with Dragon, you know. We don't see Blackbeard arrive there, but we get a newspaper later saying what happened.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Isn't Fujitora banned from being anywhere near?
He is, yes, he is banned. He is banned. He is absolutely banned. So that's the thing. It's like Fujitora may break that ban because he wants to, like, he wants to make a statement during the Reverie, and then that's when, if he doesn't get his way, then he's gonna leave.
But he's very dry.
I thought he was banned from headquarters. Isn't the Reverie
any marine base, any marine base or something, something
very,
like that.
Very Joa isn't necessarily a marine base.
Yeah, Akainu said that he wouldn't be welcome in any base with Marines. Until
That
he brings
is a good point. Good point.
It's a city. Yeah.
Isn't Marijo's like full of Marines?
It's full of celestial dragons.
Yeah, celestial dragons.
So you think if it was full of Marines, when Tiger broke in, there would have been a little bit more conflict.
Well, he didn't really break in. He broke out because he was already a slave.
Yeah.
Tiger climbed the red line and freed the slaves, but I don't think he was a slave himself.
He was a slave himself. It's part of the flashback.
Yeah.
All right, so hold on. Next thing, so Tevin, one bit, just really quick, because like they do talk about topics that pertain to the topic at hand. Yo, Cole, the anime might show Judge versus Snacks. Yeah, hell, dude, fuck yeah, the anime's been good. I cannot deny it. The anime has been very good, and I think part of the reason why, part of the reason why it's been good, I'd argue, is because you literally have pockets of like, you have pockets of like things that are very confusing that they're not clarified in the manga that the anime fills in for us. So the whole Brook and versus Big Mom thing, we never saw that fight, but the anime can capitalize on that and show us some of that fight. You see what I'm saying?
Did you hear what happened last episode, King?
Huh?
Did you hear what happened last anime episode?
Oh yeah. Last episode, Bobbin is dead, like confirmed.
Yeah, they confirmed.
Bobbin is dead in the anime, bro. It is hilarious. Like, he is dead. Like, Mordor sees his corpse on the ground.
Boing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy
So
shit.
I'm not too sure if that's actually we don't know Bobbin's condition in the manga. It's unknown.
We never see him again after it. So you
No.
think he's dead.
Like, sorry for my ignorance, but who's Bobbin again?
He's the guy that took down a town or a city.
Like Bobbin's the one guy that has like he goes the whole boing, like that freaking thing that he does with his head shakes around. Like, he is the one that Sanji kicked.
Fodder.
Just
he led the enraged army against,
Repping, you're trolling.
Guys, I know who Bobbin is. I'm just
troll.
sarcastic because
Complete troll.
Bobbin is like
Garbage.
Like, he's garbage. Like,
he's a babe? Yeah, he's a babe.
Who's Chopper again?
Okay, fair enough. So, but basically, just keep it simple. The anime's been doing things, I think, better from showing things in the manga. Therefore, the anime would probably show a little bit of a clash between Snacks and Judge, but they'd probably still have Snacks be like somewhat of a silhouette where we don't see Snacks' full body. That's what I'm pretty sure that's what they're gonna do in the anime. Because
Can you imagine this chapter animated? It'd be like one of the best episodes of the show.
Of course, yeah. Like the Big Mom singing as like
Yeah.
there's crazy stuff going on in the background, and then
Yeah, that
she's
was
gonna say
great for the
and
anime.
risky, and then things are blowing up. It's like okay, like this is crazy. Yeah, so
Hunter,
most
Hunter.
definitely, I would say that this episode is gonna be hype. In fact, actually, tomorrow's episode isn't it gonna be pretty big?
Yeah, pretty big episode tomorrow. We get to see Katakuri's future sight.
Yeah, and it's like some weird thing. It's like okay, because in the manga there was like one guy that was gonna try and kill Capone's guys, but in this case it's like like a platoon of dudes or something, like some weird like they're changing it up now to where like Katakuri, Daifuku, and Oven are gonna take action before the wedding goes down. It's weird. I'm gonna actually I may do a reaction for that. I'm not too sure.
Was that in the preview?
Yeah, it was in the preview. But yeah, go back to the preview. It's very strange where both it's all three. It's Oven. It's the triplets. It's Katakuri, Oven, and Daifuku. They're fighting against these dudes that I think want to break in and destroy the wedding or something of the sort.
Is it that one dealer's like posse?
Yeah, it's definitely filler. Definitely filler.
I think it's that organs dealer's like goons.
I mean, the triplets are gonna wreck house.
Yeah, like whoever they're fighting, they're just going to destroy absolutely. But it's going to be a way to showcase their power. So people who are only anime watchers are going to have a good idea as to what the big pirates can do. So, So, but that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. I can't deny that. Okay, so really quick. So Blue Noble, $1. Okay. People shit on Whitebeard for being old, but people forget that Big Mom is only 6 years younger than he is. She's 68 right now. Right, yeah, and Big Mom is still devastating. Big Mom is still a force of nature.
Whitebeard was sick, and he had a heart attack on the battlefield with like 20 minutes of fighting.
Yeah.
So we have evidence.
And that's why women last longer than men, and how you age is completely different. So.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and then also their mindsets are different, and then also from jump. Big Mom is not a regular human. She's something that's beyond. Like again, like Whitebeard, as far as I know, wasn't like 7 years old fighting against like sea kings. Like no, that wasn't happening. Like Big Mom was beating giants when she was 5 years old. So from jump, they're already completely different. And then on top of that, Whitebeard was holding back during Marineford War. That was stated several times. Where he was holding back because probably didn't want to kill Ace. Well, I think up until Ace died. When he broke the fort in half, that's when he started actually going more all out. But again, it was already too late because he was sick and wounded, that kind of stuff. So Whitebeard gets respect, but I still think that Big Mom overall is just too. She's too good. She's too good as far as I've seen. I know folks want to disagree with me. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
The problem with Whitebeard is he only has really physical strength on his side and DC. Like Big Mom has broken abilities,
right,
and same defenses.
Exactly.
So, we give Whitebeard his respect, but he's a pre-time skip character. So
yeah, Oda went through hell and high water to change a lot of things during after time skip. Like the hockey thing has been one of the major things that's been actually the major thing has been changed ever since time skip, where it's like a whole we have to assume now that OP characters that we saw fight during Marineford War, like Akainu, like Shanks, like Kaido, like Blackbeard, we have to assume that they used arm and hockey hardening at some points, even though we never saw it. We never saw it.
It was mentioned when Whitebeard stabbed Aokiji, and they said, "Oh, he used hockey."
Hockey, right? Yeah. And he's like, "No," and then I remember that. Yeah,
I think it's a positive change for the show, so people don't have to constantly say they're using hockey. You just get to see it.
Right. Yeah, in some cases, but in others, like for instance, observation hockey, it's still pretty difficult because there's no tell. You'd have to look at their face and think, is he using observation hockey?
I think he's trying to use the after images now. I'm not sure, but he might be trying to use it.
It's still not clear because he uses after images to illustrate someone getting speed blitzed or speeding away from something. So he's still working on it. He still hasn't come up with a way, and I think that contributed into how difficult it was for him to write the fight between Katakuri and Luffy. It's just hard to display that future sight.
Right, and then so that's I know thing because for me, I'm not gonna deny that Oda, from a pacing standpoint, has had issues in this arc, and one of those things has been showcasing the issue with Kambosha hockey, among other things. but he is getting better at that. And plus, this is the first time we've seen a character in a fight that lasted more than like, I don't know, like an hour, or like more than that for at least for the main character. And the main character, Luffy. So Oda's So like in the future, when Luffy fights against let's say other high end fighters, and they can fight for hours or days, like someone like Jack, for example. Well, he's gonna have he needs to show that thoroughly over the course of a time span. And so he's trying to learn that now because One Piece characters have massive stamina. So hopefully he does a better job next arc. But this arc, but he did okay. All he had to do was, in my personal opinion, just end the fight better. That was my biggest gripe with the fight. The fight I think was fantastic, but the ending of that fight could have been so much better. Just having Katakuri fall down, and there's still questions as to why he fell down or what happened in the actual clash and all that kind of stuff. Like, to this day, there's still questions, and maybe those questions will be answered more in the anime potentially. Which is why I'm looking forward to the anime when it comes to the fight between Katakuri and Luffy. Definitely. Absolutely. That should be fire.
Yeah. Well, I'm just hoping that he fixes it. He fixes how he uses haki. Because right now, like, there's some things in this arc. Like, Katakuri, from what I can tell, is the only one confirmed in the Big Mom Pirates to have observation haki. And it's just like, how is a Big Mom pirate crew one of the 4 emperors, and they have one person with observation haki? I mean, it does make it easier for the Straw Hats because if someone did have observation haki, they couldn't sneak around as much as they did.
Yeah,
It'd be impossible.
convenience.
They need to.
I
He needs to come
don't
up with
think
like
that's
a.
doing with it.
I mean, you got the sea snail things that do the monitoring. Observation haki isn't really necessary on Tato Land because they have that way of surveillance.
And it's all like,
You also had all the homies in that too that were wandering around passing on information.
Mm-hmm.
it's not like you're always using observation haki to find people. You're just going about your daily life. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm just saying for some of they should have some fighters because it's just like well, it's true for Topland, but you got to remember these guys are conquering territory all the time and dueling with other emperors and even the Marines. So surely someone.
Oven got speed blitzed by Sanji, but he knew somebody else hit it because there's no way Pound did, but he didn't necessarily know that the attack was coming.
But that could be deduction.
One shot Raisin too. It's like, where was his observation?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just saying, like, in Dressrosa, Don Chinchou said like there's countless people with Conqueror's haki. Last time I checked, Conqueror's haki was like 1 in a million. So,
yeah, but there might be. Yeah, but you're at the 1% of the One Piece world at this point. So, that's how.
Because like people congregate to the new world, of course, to find the One Piece, and the people that are there are gonna be, let's say, probably far more comic proficient than other folks in other areas. Like whether it's going to be there we go. So whether it's going to be whether it's going to be in the new world or what's going to be the new world compared to the rest of the oceans is a far more deadlier place. So people have great ambitions. Makes sense to me, obviously, definitely.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna be tapping out.
All right, cool.
Night, man.
Thanks for coming to the stream, bro. Much appreciated for the love, as always.
Later. Good to see you, Slayer.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. I'll see you in like 2 weeks, I guess, for that.
Bro, I will be doing some content because I'm gonna have a video on admirals versus the Yonko because I did a poll on the YouTube poll thing on how many admirals will it take to beat a Yonko, and so I'm gonna do a video on that, and then
King,
I'll do streams for that too.
Just quickly, what's going on with the Berserk Chapter 355 live reaction?
Berserk Chapter I'm going to do is that Berserk is already, I think, it's going hiatus again. And Hunter x Hunter is going hiatus too. So my plan here is that I want to have that at least done by Monday or Tuesday. But I did promise the Dragon Ball Super thing kind of first.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do Hunter x Hunter, I'm gonna do Dragon Ball Super, and then I'm gonna do Berserk. And that's gonna be a live reaction on, let's say, Twitch. And then I'll do like I usually do it.
Dragon Ball Super even worth the effort?
Last episodes, might as well. Just might as well. Folks have been like, "Yo, man, where's Dragon Ball Super?" I'm like, fine. All right, fine. I'll get to it.
Hey, where's the Hitsugaya Sucks, King?
That's coming out. I will say it. I will say it here now during the stream.
Guys,
all of the Sucks videos that I have planned, whether it's Hitsugaya, Rock Lee, Tien, they will all come out this year, and I'll be done with it. And it's
This year.
Okay. This year. No time frame, but the year. You had just the year. Because I was
just like Oda Gates Wano, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Are
Anyway,
you gonna
guys, I'll
cheer
see
and
you
sucks
later.
video?
Yeah.
I'll see you later, guys.
Like,
take it easy, bro.
He did confirm it like earlier this year that Hitsugaya Sucks is coming this year. So have a little bit of faith.
There we go. Exactly. So
This
Yeah, I believe in the
this
kid.
year, bro. This year. Believe
Yeah.
believe in me. Believe
Yeah,
in
I
me,
will.
baby. All right.
I do.
Tom, $5. If you look at the belt buckets on the raid suits of Judge's sons, you would see that Oda's foreshadowing their powers on the chapters they were revealed.
Is it just 66?
Huh?
Did they just have 66 on their belt?
No. Reiju was 0, Ichiji was 1, Niji was 2, and Yonju
I
was
thought
4.
that was just. I thought that was just their order because obviously she's the
Actually,
oldest
hold on.
daughter, but she's not a part of.
No, because
Raiju's 0.
when Sanji and Nami Company, when they brought them their raid suit capsules, whatever they're called, they were marked with 0, 1, 2, and 4.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Isn't that their
Hold
order
on.
though?
Right, yeah, that's
That's
the
the
order. Right, yeah, that's the order. Hold on. Okay, hold on.
Don't they
Belt
put
buckle-
their
belt
little
buckles.
raid suit capsules where their belt buckles would be, and then they do that Sailor Moon?
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, he's not lying.
Fucking hell.
He's not lying about that.
They even have their numbers on their capes as well. So I'm pretty sure it's their numbers. Like they're numbered on their capes. So, you know.
But the
Yeah,
numbers,
yeah.
it's when they were born, right? Reiju was born first, so
Yeah.
she's 0. Everyone else is order. Sanji 3, San.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, cool. So, let me see here. What else we got? We got So we had N Dodo who donated 100 DKK, whatever that is. Donkey Kong Country or something like that. I was but to see stuff a K. God damn it. Right. Exactly.
It's like Finnish funny.
Final
16
page.
bucks.
Final page 18. Top left panel. Oda dictates the whole panel in the full moon. Don't think that's for nothing. Peckham's was done dirty. His line Sulong is gonna come into play. Yeah, actually, because I know folks have been saying that in this chapter we don't see Sanji or during this moment we don't see Sanji, we don't see Carrot, which I want to double check real quick because they could be doing something as we speak.
Factual.
Yeah. Let me see here. Okay, so we see Sanji in a flashback. We go through real quick. Okay. So we see, so Daifuku is no longer attacking. The fishermen are going. So we see Sanji with Jinbei on page 10, but we don't see Carrot as far as I can tell. Chopper's treating Luffy. Cannon fire, hot sea. Then comes the Christmas, not Christmas, but in comes the songs. Nami shocked. Yeah, I don't see Carrot.
The theory is that Sanji's not there because Big Mom's hallucinating. Because Sanji doesn't appear in the chapter after Big Mom starts singing. But that's the theory out there. I don't know if that's.
I don't know
what you
about
think that.
That one I think seems a bit too far fetched for me, honestly. Because...
Well, Pedro's not gonna be there because, like, even
Whoa,
if
what?
Pedro's dead.
Look
No,
at Sanji.
God willing.
The comment that just said something about the full moon is there, so Pedro's there. What I'm
I think
talking
he said
about?
Peckham. He said Peckham.
Oh no, he said Peckham's. Yeah, Peckham's.
Okay. I thought they said the full moon meant Pedro's there. Cause I'm like, even if Pedro comes, like now.
Did I say Pedro? I'm in Peckham's. My bad.
I think he said Peckham.
No, I think you said Peckham's. Yeah.
All right.
But Peckham's, from what we've seen, Peckham's is still being like restrained and held down. Things got worse. Like,
Right.
I don't think he's getting out at the moment.
Right. So, but that's the thing though. So, like, when it comes to like the escape plan, the whole thing, because there are folks saying that there's a theory that because there's mirrors at the bottom of the Bay Area or the ocean surrounding it, they could maybe, if Peckham's could somehow capture Boulay again and go through a mirror or something, and then if they're falling down, like that, maybe they could save them.
Because I'm actually tired of seeing her being used as a plot device. Like fuck, like I want to kill her. Like
I think they're too far.
head.
I think they're too far out of the ocean for that theory to be real.
Yes,
The only thing I would say
Boulay-
is Carrot quickly going into her Sulong, quickly flying them to Judge's castle ship that's getting attacked. because they went back and showed the castle getting attacked. That's
Oh
that's
my
the only
God.
thing that's close enough.
Actually, that's not bad. So Sanji and Carrot are flying with them at tow to go to Judge's Castle for refuge, and then because I think some folks have been saying that Luffy and company are still gonna somehow be in the Reverie. So if Judge goes to Reverie and Sanji and Luffy company are with Judge in his castle, then Sanji and Luffy and Carrot, all them, they wind up at the Reverie. And
but Judge still needs to escape this situation. Like, he's still getting destroyed. So that really doesn't solve the problem.
The Vinsmoke children are currently getting wrecked by the Grim Reaper too. So
yo, hold on, sorry, wait, time out. Yo, did someone just drop $160? What the fuck, dog? Okay, well,
Wait, was it Edgy again?
I know it was my wallet. Dude, dropped $160. Okay. My wallet dropped $160, and he says, and I quote, regular donation. And he says, "Fuck Kingdom." I disagree. I disagree greatly. Kingdom is one of the best ongoing series out there, bar none. Factual, confirmed.
Is there an official way to read Kingdom?
No, which is crazy. It's like the third best-selling manga in Japan, and they still haven't gotten an English translation of that shit yet. It's fucking wild. I'm like, bro, like I would love to buy volumes. Like I would buy every Kingdom volume along with every Toriko volume in a freaking heartbeat, bro. Like I'm ready.
Do you think it's too niche for a Western audience?
I want to read
How?
it. I just haven't read it yet.
How is it too niche?
It's not.
Oh, the Zolo fanboys. Stubbing into Black Lake territory, cocksuckers.
Yo, right. Man, what's up, man?
What's up,
you know,
bro?
I'm just want to put it out there that Zoro wouldn't have gotten shot. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, definitely not. No. Zoro
is too strong, my guy.
Zoro would have gotten mid diff by Oven. Like just got
no.
Mid diff, bro.
Zoro would be diff Oven.
Come on, man.
Please, come on now. But no, for the guy that dropped $160 just now, like I appreciate the love, of course I do, but you can't say fuck Kingdom, bro. Kingdom is too good. Stop it. All right,
that's hate.
Yeah, that's hate speech right there, bro. All right, in some parts of the world, you get jail for that. Stop it.
That's still haven't forgiven over, man. Like, you know.
Hold on. Yeah, okay, so actually, I did want to go through a bit and ask you guys about your overall thoughts of the chapter. But I figure, okay, you know what? Actually, why not? So because he's not here anymore. So let me just ask you guys in order from where I see it. So, Christian, what do you think of the chapter overall? Just overall.
Okay, so the art itself is so good in this chapter. The art alone is a 10 out of 10 for me, right? And then you've got this whole juxtaposition with the happy singing and the violence, and it just plays out of my head so well. It's so clear. The flow of the chapter is so good that I just can't. I'd have to give it a 10 out of 10 for me. Just everything is. I think it's a perfect chapter, to be perfectly honest.
Ooh, perfect. Ooh. Oh, damn. Okay. All right. Edson, what do you think?
So I think the structure is very interesting. It goes from Big Mom to the scene, and it kind of works together. So it kind of works like a movie. So I think it's very well written. It's entertaining.
All right, word.
That makes sense.
Yeah. All right, yeah, it makes sense. It does make sense. Yeah, I feel you. Because actually, I kind of feel like the same way, but I feel like Oda just ultimately just trolling our asses because it's like the whole thing just seems to be like it could ultimately just be something very simple, but the way it's set up, the way it's built, it's kind of like, oh my god, the suspense is killing us. So
yeah, I feel like his intention was to throw a lot of people off.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, he succeeded. Easy with that. Zoro, what do you think of this? What do you think of this chapter?
Yeah. So I mean, you can check out my review, but no, basically,
shout out Family 124. Shout out.
Shameless plug. No, it really depends, honestly, when it comes to really judging this chapter as to whether or not the fake out is true or not. Honestly, we have to wait and see for a true judgment, because if it turns out that it was just a weak fake out, with us getting our hopes up, then it ultimately takes away from the chapter in my mind, especially considering this arc had so many fake outs and so many close, quote unquote, close calls. So it really depends on how Oda handles this. If it is in fact the truth, which I don't think it is, but it is in fact the truth that the Sunny is gone, then that is a major, major like just crazy thing that happened for the series. So ultimately, that's good, and I think that would make it almost like a perfect chapter, like the previous guy said. But if it is another one of these fake outs, then it ultimately takes away from what's happening. Because, when it's all said and done, if, everyone gets out okay and this just turns out to be, some sort of vision or whatever the case may be, or mirage by Nami, then, it's just another to add to the long list of like almost gotchas that the Big Mom Pirates have gotten in this arc. And it wears down on you. It has wore down on me quite a bit during this arc.
I feel you. Yep. No doubt. Jeremy, thoughts?
I'm going to agree with most of the other guys. Like, we've had so many turns that shouldn't really have happened in this series. Like the whole fight with Katakuri at the end, that it didn't really make sense. If they get away with something like that now, even if the ship isn't fully like destroyed, if it's not even damaged, it's a bit ridiculous. But I think the overall chapter this week was pretty good. It was a good way to leave us hanging for 2 weeks.
No doubt. Yeah, definitely. Because everyone's been talking about this for a while. Because we were like, "Oh my god, suspense! 2 weeks, 2 weeks. Come on, Oda, come on. Take it fast enough, bro."
King, how many theories is Zorofanboy going to put out this week?
Dude, I don't fucking know, man. It's crazy. Okay, because I don't watch theory videos that often anymore because it's like, there are some theory videos that do catch my attention, but at the same time, a lot of times I'm kind of like, after reading One Piece for a while, I'm kind of like,
yeah, I get you.
Yeah, I'm like,
They all sound the same.
But Cole, man,
like I'm far more into Power Skin. Power Skin.
I saw on Twitter though, Cole, and this could be completely false bullshit, but I saw someone say something along the lines of, their husband translated certain parts of the chapter properly or something.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Notes, and apparently Wano is next. Like we're gonna jump right to Wano.
I saw it too. That's bullshit.
Chapter. You saw that?
Yeah, so I hate that. Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Oh, bro, I would love that. I would love that.
You would love how Reverie is so fucking important. It's like how we.
I mean, we're gonna get to the Reverie eventually, man.
No,
it's gonna happen.
Fuck that.
We can jump to Wano, but Cole, we can jump to Wano, and it could be like 2 weeks in the past. You know what I'm saying? We could.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, so we do Wano, and then we go back to Reverie because we go, 2 weeks later or 2 weeks earlier or something.
But all these events are happening simultaneously, so you have to do it.
I am more hyped for the Reverie than Wano. Like not even a question.
Well, because you're not a Zoro fan, so fuck you. Man.
No. Wait, not even. No, wait, stop. Calm down. I am. Yeah. Zoro. I think Zoro's a solid character. Like he's a solid dude. The problem is that the Reverie is so important for the overall story and what it should deliver. And that's my issue. It's like the Reverie has been an event that's been hyped up for like maybe even like ever since like they hit Alabasta and they talk about the whole meeting of kings thing. And now we're having a second Reverie, or at least from story wise, but we're not gonna have that until after Wano. Wano's gonna be like 5 goddamn years. I'm like, shit. So not until then? Wait a minute.
Wano or something.
One thing that's going to be realistic for Wano is that it's going to be a more year of Zoro. That's what I believe.
Wait.
When it comes
yeah, probably. I mean, either that or it's going to be because
even though it might be a similar situation like we got with Sanji this last arc, where he's obviously kind of like an important part of the arc, but he's not necessarily the main focus of the arc. Or like,
Sanji was after the cake, but Sanji definitely was.
Because remember, like they're going to
the wedding was the important thing. Like Sanji was.
But also making the cake too, like the cake to stop Big Mom.
But listen,
I'm
trying to say, for majority of the arc, for the majority of the arc, we got the Katakuri stuff with Luffy. We got the wedding with the wedding, kind of like everything that was happening with that. And, all the characters involved. And I mean, Sanji kind of took a back seat for a decent amount of this arc, which annoyed me. It really did, because I wanted to see his arc, and I wanted he had a good backstory. He had the good one-on-one fight with Luffy. It was emotional. It was good. But this is supposed to be his arc, so to speak, and it felt like he was more, to the background than he was in the forefront.
He got to dodge Katakuri's jelly bean.
Yeah, that was
wait,
hold
on.
Hold
on. Okay, hold on.
Could have been more for him there.
But okay, no, hold on. But from a fighting standpoint, he's gone a very little. That's absolutely true. Like, I'm not denying that.
Right.
But the problem is that, like, when you look at the importance of his role, his importance is just as big, if not bigger, than Luffy's, considering what he had to do to actually cook the cake and make the cake on the fly to subdue Big Mom.
Yeah.
And so when you go back to on the chapter, I think it was chapter 893, when you have Luffy and Katakuri, I mean, when you have Luffy and Sanji, it was simultaneous chapters or pages where both.
I'm not arguing this like he was important, but from a fan perspective, did you expect like, oh man, he's gonna bake a cake and that's gonna be the crescendo of this arc?
Yeah, partially, absolutely, absolutely. I want to see Sanji like an all-out fight, but we haven't gotten that, which is a shame, absolutely. But him cooking in a food-centered arc, that's obvious. That's gonna happen.
But it's also good.
I don't like it that much, but it happens.
That's what I'm saying. You know, it's not like it's not like as good as it could have been.
Well, no, like just as I want something doesn't mean that this puts this character in the back seat. Like, Sanji's role is just as important as Luffy's, if not more important. Again, like, Big Mom has to be subdued. If not, then they all die.
She hasn't necessarily been subdued. She seems like she's all good to go. She's been revitalized.
Yeah,
so
but
kind of
counterproductive. She's like hallucinating. She's like in a high, so we don't know when that will end.
I mean, it's true. It's true.
At the same time, it wasn't really nothing for Sanji to do. Like if you look at this, like when they was on Alabasta, like how Luffy fought Crocodile, Zoro fought Mr. One.
Oda could have found something for Sanji. I mean, Luffy got 2 main fights in this arc, and Sanji didn't get anything.
No, I know, but following that structure, right? Like Luffy couldn't fight Big Mom, he fought Katakuri, so it's not like Sanji could just fight smoothly. It's not like he could just fight Crocodile. These people that Luffy's fighting.
I'm not saying he doesn't have to fight Sweet Commander. He could have fought someone like Daifuku or other.
If he fights one of them, then it's like kind of underwhelming because that's just the Fuku oven. You know what I mean? Like it's not
just Daifuku and oven. The man was boiling. This is top 3 oven, bro.
Top 3, not confirmed,
bro.
You know what
Guys,
it is.
the problem with Sanji getting a fight in this arc is the theme of the arc. He's trying to prove Judge wrong with cooking. He's not trying to prove Judge wrong with physical feats.
That's what I'm saying.
It goes against the arc. It goes against the theme of the arc if he beats someone in combat.
I don't know
if the arcs that actually tell us more about Sanji's character altogether, because as King said last week, we didn't really have much character build-up of a lot of these characters, and this whole arc has built up a lot of Sanji's character and perspective altogether for us all.
Yeah, it's like Sanji's character, I think, takes a back seat only recently after the cake was cooked. Once the cake was cooked, it was just a matter of time of Big Mom eating the cake.
I think like in between like his backstory, which was really good in the one-on-one fight with Luffy, the emotion behind that. During the wedding itself, besides the dodging of the the thing, and maybe like Sanji standing up like next to the Vinsmokes. Besides those 2 moments,
that was crucial for his character.
I know. I'm just saying from after the backstory to the seducing woods to the cake being made, everything in between there, he just kind of took a major kind of secondary role.
I disagree with that
vehemently. Which for some has ever hit a woman.
Actually, I remember his role has been pretty big up until he started making the cake. Then he was just out making the cake. He had like a pretty, I guess, like major role.
I mean, ultimately,
in what way before that or during the ceremony did he really have a big role?
Well, the ceremony, he pretty much left after the ceremony.
Well, I'm saying like after in that span that I talked about, right after the backstory and everything that happened with Luffy, to the part where he started making the cake. In that gap, that really long gap where we got Big Mom's backstory, we got the whole wedding day situation, the red wedding, everything, all that stuff that was packed inside. How was Sanji very important during that, other than just being the crew?
It shows how dedicated and how much he loves his crew and how much he's willing to sacrifice to keep them all safe and take all the pain by himself.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on a second. I'm confused.
Right, I think that goes along with him coming in this arc.
Hold on. But which part are you talking about? Because I'm kind of confused. Like
during the wedding.
Yeah, like during the wedding, like after he saved the Vinsmokes, right?
Before.
After Sanji saved the Vinsmokes, is that what you're talking about? During the wedding?
He said after the flashback, before the cake.
Okay, so after the so after the flashback, right? Like or so like when the cake is like when they fail to kill Big Mom, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So when they fail to kill Big Mom, oh, and like the chateau collapses and like they run away, right?
Right.
Yeah, everyone.
That's like 3
That was like
chapters.
2 chapters or 3 chapters.
Yeah, that was 3
Yeah, and
chapters.
then he went with pudding over to Cacao
Yeah.
Island to make the cake.
The entire hold on, the wedding
Those
itself
3
did not
chapters.
take one
Those
chapter.
those 3. No. After Big Mom screams and she destroys the
I'm
bazooka.
sorry, even before that, Sanji didn't really have that much of a role other than
He had a major role, dude. What is this?
him standing on the tables and him dodging the
Zolo.
bullet. The main
Zolo,
More
no.
than any Straw Hat during that time.
I mean, the plan was to escape.
I would say Brook had a bigger, much bigger moments and
He
better
just
moments.
okay, but
He had bigger
Brook
fights
destroyed
in
the
that,
photo.
but not-
He stealthed in there, yeah. But I mean, here's the thing, though. We're talking about number one, him actually, because most of that stuff that was for Sanji's character was the reconciliation with him and his family, and how that was all hashed out, even when they were inside Capone's body, and then later on, they saved Reiju. Both Luffy and Sanji saved Reiju from Big Mom's attack, and then afterwards, that's when everything kind of cascades. With the Tomato box, and then there's like 2 or 3 chapters of Big Mom just being absolutely dominant, and then it's Sanji on Arabian, and then they go and build the cake. So like, there are chapters where Sanji's not the focus, absolutely, but to say that Sanji's not a major component of this arc, I think is insane. Like Sanji is again just as important, if not more important, than Luffy is. Just on Wano Kuni, the same thing may apply for Zoro compared to Luffy. May, but I'm not too sure.
I mean, so you also forgot that Sanji got pudding on our side during the wedding. We got a major.
That too.
We don't gotta talk about it.
Yeah, I ate pudding, but that's true. So it's not like like we can't deny that Sanji's role and his character has been.
That compliment he gave to his Zahura really did the trick.
Which is crazy. It's stupid. I understand that's definitely stupid.
Really
but
stupid. Yeah.
Again, for the sake of the story, for the arc, Sanji's role was.
It happened. It's canon.
Just important. Yeah.
Gotta accept it, but it is.
Hey,
stupid.
man, I don't know. I've met some damaged people, so like, I reckon it might be a bit realistic. Like,
I would.
there are some people,
kind of agree.
people out there that
Again, because like ultimately, when you look at all the previous proceedings up to this point in time, if not for Sanji going on his own, making that cake, and also helping Chiffon's character kind of grow too a little bit with that process, if not for all of that, Big Mom slaughters everybody. Like, it's not even, like, she literally slaughters everybody. With the exception of Luffy's in the mirror world. Luffy will come back and see his friend's corpses, and that'll be it. And Big Mom running rampage, still the demon. So, like, that's the issue. Like, the issue is that you need Sanji to do it. Like, just like probably, like, with the Shogun. Like, the Shogun is going to need something probably, and Zoro he's going to be the only cat to, like, fulfill that.
Wano's gonna be different. It's that like right now, this was a rescue arc, and the setup was just different. Like Luffy, it's like some fights couldn't be avoided. Like Katakuri went out his way to fight Luffy, but he never came here to fight her. He was supposed to come back and fight her later. So it's like that's part of why Sanji didn't get any major fights, because like it's like after they got their mission accomplished, it was best to just leave the island, which they're trying to do now. So it's not really
when Oda said that Whole Cake Island was going to be the year of Sanji, that doesn't necessarily mean that Sanji's going to be getting wins left, right, and center against all these cats, and that's the main focus. Right. I mean, in our entire time knowing Sanji, he's only cried a handful of times, like we said, Red Legs. In Whole Cake arc, he's cried at least 2 times that come to mind. When he told, when Pudding basically was trashing him, and we saw him cry, and then when he told Luffy that he wanted to go back with everybody. So that's 2 crying moments.
I'm pretty sure he also cried after his fight with Luffy as well.
This is really about Sanji, coming to, getting more character for Sanji, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's winning every fight.
I just think his backstory reinforced what we already knew about him. I don't know if he necessarily grew or changed as a character, though. Is that safe to
Well,
say?
no one changes in One Piece as a character. I mean,
I know, I'm
like,
just saying.
I'll be like, that's the issue. Like,
he said development, and he didn't
well,
really.
yeah, well, no,
made
no,
with
no,
his
okay,
family.
okay, well, no, see,
Like,
so,
the
so, so,
adventures.
so, like, because here's the thing. So, like, I talked to my friend about it previously. When it comes to character development in One Piece, there is such a thing as minor character development. Like, no one in One Piece is Thorfinn. Like, even after Ace died in front of Luffy, and Luffy went through all of that, he still didn't change the character. Like, no matter what, the only character that has actually like somewhat changed, like truly, is Frankie. And Frankie has downgraded from like freaking Amothos like Nikolaites.
It gave Sanji character resolution, not necessarily development. It gave him a little bit more of a personal kind of closure for what happened with his family.
No. It is development because a character's resolution is a character mentally changing and they're standing in the story, whether it's personal or whether it's greater, that is change in said character. The only issue is that it's minor compared to what we've seen in other series, most definitely. Again, if Luffy can go through all of what he did and still not go through substantial character development, then
Right.
I mean, then there's no way you can expect any character in the series
that's not good either. That's not the way.
Yeah, of course, but still, that's why I said, like I said before, and I say it again. When you look at the Straw Hat crew at this point in time, the 3 best developed characters are Usopp, Robin, and Sanji. At this point in time,
What about Nami?
No. What?
Only had a little bit. That was right at the very start of the show.
Yeah, I like Park.
I mean, Oda doesn't. I don't know if he forgets things, but I mean, Zoro has observation hockey, but he still gets lost. So I mean, if he can still get lost, but has observation hockey, yeah, I know. But if he can get lost, but he can feel where everybody is, I mean, can you really expect any character?
Well, I mean, you can't like sense locations. You can't be like, oh, there's the department store. I need to go that way.
I don't know why
because they're not live things.
So like
they're not live things.
Even though things might seem like to me, it's like, it's not over until it's over. So even if Sanji didn't get to have this crazy fight this arc, he might get a crazy fight in the future. And like,
I hope so.
And what I was thinking about earlier is when Luffy fights Big Mom in the future, he's not gonna fight Katakuri. Like most likely, Zoro will fight Katakuri, but I don't even think Zoro fights Katakuri. Like I think like with their powers and stuff.
I don't know about all that.
When they fight Katakuri in the future, since Luffy already fought him, I think he's going to tell Sanji to fight him because Sanji has the better observation hockey, and that's kind of what Luffy.
I think
I don't think that's going to happen. Katakuri wants to fight him again. It looks like.
No, he's not gonna. It doesn't matter what Katakuri wants to do. Just like when Pika, when somebody came, when Zoro was like, "Nah, you're not fighting my captain." Luffy beat him already. So once they meet Big Mom in the future,
Pika was a bitch, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Once they meet Big Mom in the future, like 4 arcs from now or however long that is from now, Zoro and Sanji will be able to fight. Like that'll be that fight.
I'm really curious. Do you think like Oda, obviously focusing on the cake and that aspect of his character and that importance to the crew and also with Luffy not.
I don't really.
Hold on. And Luffy not wanting to eat until Sanji cooked for him. Do you think that Oda focusing on that means that that's more important in terms of what Sanji is doing in terms of the crew instead of fighting? Like fighting is only secondary to his cooking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that basically
that's Sanji's role in the crew. I mean, like what
it insinuates his role.
I mean, like, what Oda's doing there is that Oda is highlighting that's like because one of the primary themes of this arc is cooking. Whether it's on Luffy's case, whether it's on the Vince Smoke case, whether it's on the Big Mom case, and all these things center around Sanji. So, however you want to interpret what Luffy meant to Sanji about him needing Sanji to be Pirate King, you can interpret that in many different ways. But the cooking thing is probably a component of that. Luffy could mean it in various ways too, whether it's Sanji's his combat ability, whether it's his cooking prowess, whether it's his decision making, whatever you want to comprise it as. Luffy just needs Sanji, like he needs everybody else. Because remember, back in All Out Park, Luffy said, "I can't do these things. I can't snipe. I can't lie. I can't cook. I can't use a sword. I can't navigate. I can't do any of that shit. All I can do is just kick ass, and that's it." So he needs Sanji.
Yeah.
Right.
The problem is people think this is Dragon Ball Z. And
right. Thank you.
Yeah, true.
Stop.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of other stuff that matters.
True.
All right.
I mean, if you look at Arlong Park, Nami didn't do much fighting.
True.
And Luffy told Law that.
Nami is arguably one of the top 3 most important members of the crew. Just based on her navigating skills.
But if you go right back to that arc with Arlong and that, it depicts that there was a picture of Zoro, Sanji, and Usopp, not Nami, and it clearly said these will be the main characters for the crew later on down the line. Nami wasn't in there. She might be a key role, but she's not necessarily one of the main figures that he's got lined up.
Yeah, maybe.
I think what you said was that while they were walking to All Pork, while they were walking, was like, remember the faces of those, they will change the world. So it's clear highlight on like Usopp, Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy over everyone else.
That's right. Yeah.
Like clearly.
Well, yeah, I mean, it kind of mirrors Shanks with Yasopp and, you know, Shanks and his other guys, you know, Ben Beckman and Lucky Roo.
And Benny.
Lucky Roo.
Yeah. So, I mean, essentially speaking, like, again, like, when it comes to how a character is going to be developed or how their characterization is going to be progressed, or not really progressed, but, like, how it's going to be fleshed out more, Oda, I think, did a very damn good job for Sanji's character. Even the crying moments were pivotal for his character. And his and so, like, yeah, like, has Sanji taken L's in this arc? Absolutely. The main L has been Pudding, really. But he's made that W. He's made an L to an absolute W because now Pudding wants to freaking hop on this guy's D and just give him all sorts of babies, and that's legal in Japan. In Japan, that's legal, of course. Legal in Japan. In Japan, yeah, that's okay in Japan. That's okay. That's okay.
There was a week. There was 1 week. Everyone thought that she was like 13 or 14. Right?
Yeah, I know, that's crazy. That's the like Oda wouldn't do that. All right, okay. So let me go down there. So, Revan, what do you think of this arc? I mean, this chapter.
I think my thoughts actually align almost exactly like Zorofanboy. He literally said everything that I wanted to say to the dot.
All right.
Nothing
Fair enough. There we go. Ronnie, thoughts on this chapter? Ronnie Bell. Ronnie.
Dio Bando. Dio.
The world.
And Dio's gone. Okay, Westfire.
He's there. He's
not
just
there.
He's trying to mess with a microphone. I just saw it.
Can you hear me? No, we can't hear you.
Oh, yeah, his mic is messed up.
No, we can't hear you, Ronnie.
We go back to
Dio. Damn it, Dio. How you gonna...
I want to hear him when old mate was snoring earlier.
That was...
No, that wasn't him. I don't think it was...
No, he wasn't the one story, but we were muting everyone.
Yeah.
You know, you're a fight. I would have.
All right, okay. Well, in the meantime, Westfire, what are your thoughts on this chapter?
Personally, I'm glad that we resolved some of the things. Like Big Mom finally ate the cake, and it got a little Kia looking when she was in bliss. It went a little bit. I was like, yeah. But I thought it.
Bro, stop that, bro. Stop that.
It felt like
stop
a.
that, bro.
Hello.
Hold on, time out. Wait on, stop.
Okay, Ronnie.
Yeah,
Ronnie.
Dio.
Huh?
Just Dio, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
All right, cool.
All right, yeah. Westfire, continue.
All right. It kind of felt like a generic One Piece chapter, like a typical one, like how everything was going well. The fishmen made, they parted the Red Sea, kind of. Everyone was happy and they were all going well. They had a straight shot to victory, and Big Mom was happy. But then when Big Mom starts the acid trip, and it's kind of like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory in that weird-ass cave, that's when things started to go bad. Whenever she said risky, things started to go bad. And it made it really, when she got healthy, shit started to go down for everybody else. The Germa were getting wrecked. The Straw Hats were getting wrecked. The Fishmen were getting wrecked. Oda really cemented that. It went from a typical chapter to, okay, when Big Mom starts to get healthy, that's when you really feel the effect that has as her being a Yonko, and all of the good stuff that was going on for the rest of the guys. Now they're getting shit on. So it was, I would say it was a good 9 out of 10, maybe a 10 out of 10 for me. But I swear to God, if it's a fake out like they did with Pell, it's gonna really hurt the chapter. Like, I swear to God, if Pedro comes back,
Westfire,
this whole
Westfire,
how it happens though. Like if it's
Westfire, I agree with most of what you said, but like, chill with that. German got disrupted though. Like, just chill with that.
The Grim
Chill with it,
Reaper
okay?
is
Chill.
literally standing
Chill,
over
chill,
them, and
chill,
they're on
chill.
the ground, man.
Listen. ETG. Okay, listen.
Okay, wait,
ETG was unfazed. The guy was-
wait, hold on, wait a minute. Okay, I know what Cracker's gonna say. Well, we're saving Cracker for last because Cracker came in later. Okay, Cracker can say his piece definitely.
All right, okay.
I want to double back to Ronnie because Ronnie, we skipped over Ronnie. So Ronnie, go. Thoughts on this chapter?
All right, cool. The chapter, I was just happy to finally see the Yonko crew look like a freaking Yonko crew, not getting goofed on by everybody. He finally put in work. I saw Oven do something for once. Like, I finally felt like these guys are actual threats. And I do want the Straw Hats to get punished for coming in here. You can't mess with a big dog and you messed up.
Let it happen.
I don't need Jinbei to die because then it's gonna feel like Ace again, and seeing Luffy not change after that's gonna suck. But they need some kind of penalty for this.
Fair enough. Cool. And Tyquan.
Like, I like the chapter. Like, I think that Oda just continued it. I don't think it was a big 900 chapter thing. Like, I think he just went with the flow and continued it. Like, that artwork of Big Mom where she's like eating a cake and it looks nicely drawn. I think that was like something like, okay, this is 900. I think the rest of the chapter was just like regular.
I think that's a good thing though.
No, yeah. It's good. What I like too was that like Big Mom is not even paying attention right now. Like, she's singing and look at all the damage she's causing. And to me, she's aware of what she's doing. And like, this is like how dangerous she is. Like, she's a Yonko for a reason. Like, and when this arc first started, she knew a lot of stuff that, like, you know, it didn't really make sense. It's like the homies was giving her information. So like we don't really know how that's happening, but I think that like she could see what the homies see. So like she can see the ship off in the distance. She's probably controlling it. It's like, you know, they saved her and gave her the cake that she wanted, but at the same time, like, don't expect mercy to be shown because she's a Yonko. So she's like causing havoc still. Either that, or it is the possibility that, like, you know, she's just causing havoc, but she doesn't. But once they tell her that Sanji made the cake, she forgives them. But because like I don't think that they're gonna get punished. I think the punishment thing is silly in my opinion. Because if Big Mom goes, okay, give me 40 years of your life, then it's like, you know, what is that really like? I don't see that affecting the story in any type of good way. Like to me, like the ship could be destroyed. That could affect the story in a great way. Like if the ship is destroyed and like what King of Lightning said. Remember you said that it has to be like people have to die.
Yeah, no, because I thought that at a bare minimum the ship is either greatly damaged or just flat out destroyed.
Yeah, so like if the ship is destroyed, I think that fixes the problem that you said, that like, because you said people had to die. I said nobody has to die. But I think that it's like, okay, you know what?
Well,
nobody dies.
Consequences. Like,
yeah.
Because Pedro died and Pound died. So
no, yeah, but I mean, like you were saying, more people need to die. So it's like, okay, more people didn't die, but the ship is done, and that shows.
We don't know that for sure.
I know we don't know it for sure though, but like I'm not so against the idea of the ship because like it all depends what happens.
I would like it. Yeah.
Wait, Ty. There's something that you mentioned that I really want to question about. How do we even know that Big Mom actually has the ability to see what her homies see? Because
everything.
Because let me finish. Because
nothing happened on the island before she went into her tantrum mode. Nothing happened.
I think it's just timing. I don't honestly think
that right now.
I
can just prove
one at a time. One at a time. Let Revan respond for a second. Revan respond.
Let me just say one thing, Revan. Let me say one
fair
thing,
enough.
so I can just prove what he's saying right away. Good. Big Mom did not know that Cracker was defeated until after the fact, and the fact that Nami was riding in one of her homies, she could see through her homies. She would notice that Cracker would have been defeated.
We see a signal. We see a signal coming to Napoleon.
But not only that, if Big Mom had the ability to see what her homies see, she would have known where Luffy was. She would have known where Nami was. She would have known where everyone.
All right. So I get that you have questions and stuff like that, but at the same time, those questions that you're asking, right?
It's not really questions.
No,
he's making statements.
Facts. These are factual statements.
You're saying, hold on, look. Here's what I'm trying to say. You're saying that if she could see what the homies could see, she could have did this and she could have did that. But at the same time, for a counter, like she's still like she's describing in her song like what she's talking about is happening. So it's like it's some type of link there. Whether it's like what's his name kind of link, like how
I think it's
how
just a
Luffy
story
doing, like to feel it kind of link, but she's linked to her homie. She made him.
I think it's more artistic than her actually causing everything that's happening.
But
Like symbolism, really.
But she isn't precisely is seeing what they're doing. Maybe she is controlling them subconsciously from way out of sight, but
yeah, if Big
I
Mom
think-
just became conscious,
I think
and
because-
Ship just got there, so for her to, she would have had to have sent the ship before she was conscious.
Well, we know
Ship had to
Big
make
Mom-
its way there.
Well, I don't think
to get
she's
to
sent
this.
the ship.
I think
Mount Doris.
I think the reason
the thing is that, like, you know, if the ship is like she's linked to that ship somehow, and I think we're seeing it this chapter is that, like, you know, she's.
But Tyler, we already know this. Like when Big Mom's mental state affects the homies, we know this is a fact. So
she's all homies. We know that she can.
The homies are more potent right now because she's awake. That's it. She's awake now.
Yeah.
So they're more potent because she's awake.
And
There is some so like there is a spiritual link, since it is like souls. There is a link. However, I don't see it as in like she can see it from their eyes and shit. Like nah.
No, but it doesn't matter how she's seeing it. Like as long as she's aware, because like we don't have to be shown everything. Like we don't know if Napoleon's updating her about what happened, that we just didn't see it or what's going on. But obviously it's some type of connection with what she's thinking about and what's happening. Like if she knows.
there is.
We just think it's artistic.
Yeah, because like they respond.
No, well, you could think it's artistic. I disagree though. Like I think she's like I think she knows what's happening. I'm not saying it's 100%, but I
don't think she
knows what's happening.
But, like, okay, wait. You
She's
guys
off in
remember
La
when
La
like
Land
Brule
right
was talking? You guys remember when like Brule was talking about Big Mom's powers, where she can change the weather and shit, and they were always linked to her rage. Well, because like basically from her emotions and like from her well-being, they are directly related to the homies. So she's pissed, she's happy, she's saying risky. Yeah, if she's saying risky every now and then, and every time she says it, like a bomb goes off, that makes sense because they're linked to her emotional state, a psychological state.
See, but like in main,
I'm not saying
anime before. It's like
I'm not
stuff
saying
like
she
this.
means it.
Y'all
but, like,
might see it and overlook it, right? Like, oh, okay, she's singing and this stuff just so happens to be happening. But to me, like usually when they show you stuff like this, she's so broken at it's like, you know, she's like not even there. It's like she doesn't even have to be there. Like she's fatherizing the crew and not even directly there. So imagine like all of this work to get Big Mom away so they could be safe, just for her to like on a totally different island sing and still cause a bunch of damage. So, like to me,
you're forgetting that all around them is like what almost 10,000 bloody enemies. Like you got ships, you got all these ships have at least 100 say crew on each.
Oh yeah,
all surrounding them. Of course they're going to get blown up. It doesn't have anything to do with her power.
But what was doing the most damage was the ship. Was her main ship when it came. So it's like look how dangerous she is. Is that like, you know, she's somewhere. So pretty much if she was gonna be that dangerous, the part where they kind of like made her run, like when they tried to get Big Mom away, was kind of for nothing. And that's like, you know, you dealing with a Yonko, so things are gonna be like that. At the same time, you know, like don't question me so much. You know what I mean? Like just wait to the next chapter.
Damn, don't question me.
Okay, all right. Okay, wait a bit. Wait a minute.
All of these questions will be answered in the next chapter. So instead of like Nick,
You've got all the answers.
Like just hold up. You know what I mean? The next chapter, this will be all this will be build. I'll say one more thing.
Okay. Ty.
Wow.
Ty, for what you say to be like, for what you say to make 100% sense, that ship, I'm so in some way. That way, when she's like to the point where
hold on, wait, Cracker,
it will
your
be
mic is kind
like
of
super
wonky.
convenient.
You're cutting out.
A little bit, like you were kind of like robotic for a bit, and then like, so hold on, really quickly. Yeah, you sound better. You sound much better. But for a second, my wallet dropped another $160, which is kind of crazy. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that. The only problem is that he's on some. The only problem is that he's on some hyper blasphemy because he says this chapter was pretty disappointing, but not as disappointing as Kingdom. Which dude, if you're gonna jump $160 for that, like, I mean, like, come on, man. I mean, unless like you're trying to pull like a a juxtaposition where
I'm
okay,
telling you, that's
fine. So
Uber
instead of
and freaking that's in secret.
okay,
bro.
but like unless you're trying to
Nah, it's not me.
unless you're trying to flip the script and have me do more Kingdom videos, which I will absolutely do. Don't worry about that. You don't have to put some blasphemy like
Reverse
Kingdom
psychology.
1. Exactly. It's not some reverse psychology because I will have Kingdom up, right? Do not worry about that, my wallet. Don't worry about that. I will have Kingdom up. Don't
I
worry
think that's
about
more
that.
stuff Dragon Ball Super and then just keep doing Kingdom instead.
Yeah, right.
You know you should. King, you know you should.
Nah,
know
listen,
this.
Dragon Ball Super
You
is
should get on
important.
that Haikyuu.
You need to do it, King.
Right?
I am not
get
going to read
on
Haikyuu. Why? It's volleyball.
Don't read
I'm
it. You watch Haikyuu.
Oh God! All right.
Watch
Okay.
Haikyuu's alright.
You watch it.
Let's get past the bad rating.
Is
of
it
the
better than
first episode.
Kuroko?
It's good. It's much better than Kuroko.
It's way better. It's way better.
Really? Volleyball.
It's better than Kuroko. It's like
Okay.
much better.
All right. So
Especially that Winter Cup garbage at the end of the Oh my god.
All right, so fair enough. So let me hold on. I do want to have because Cracker just came in, or Cracker Boy just came in. So I'm Cracker Boy. What is your stance on this chapter?
He just muted. He's back.
This chapter is pretty cool, to be honest. Like at least we're done with the cake. Like we're done. That's it. Now after God knows how many chapters, 6-7 months, right, of this bullshit going on. Thank God we're done.
Mm-hmm.
However, like there are a lot of people that misinterpret things when it comes to me. Like they're different from my perspective when it comes to this chapter. Number one, which is most obvious, is Shiba. Hold up.
Okay.
I think I was employed for
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I was. Yeah. My dad just came in. He's like, "What are you doing, bro?" Like my guy's like, "What are you doing? It's 9:30 a.m., bro. Who are you talking to?" My dad's getting the wrong message right now.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was thinking, like the Germa right now is basically they did not get defeated at all in the slightest. All right, Niji is still light speed, right? The only thing is that they had no idea they switched the bullets. Plus, ETG was still
light speed.
It makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, apparently he's not faster than a Gatling gun, though.
It makes sense. Yeah. How would they know that? No. Listen.
If I was light speed, a Gatling gun was pretty slow.
Listen. Okay. All right, Zorofanboy. Let me tell you what's wrong with your opinion right now. Let me tell you, right? Basically,
wait. Let him finish. Let him finish. Just let him finish.
Listen. The Germa, since they appeared, they've been tanking bullets day in, day out. They've been okay, right? So they're not really paying attention to bullets. It's not their priority. So when they suddenly switched to the candy coded, right, it took them off guard. They never gave shit about any kind of bullet, right? And so when it hit them, that's the moment they realized. The only moment they realized the difference between a normal bullet and like a Germa effective one.
If only a Vinsmoke got hit with one of those bullets before.
She got her memory altered.
Oh, it's true.
No. It doesn't matter.
She's not on the same par as it.
That is true. I'll give you that. That is true.
Yeah. Listen, it's the same thing. It's not the same setting. So they thought it was only the normal bullets until it hit them.
Well, still,
Ranger
only
see one panel where it hits
her
them.
memory was erased and changed to she got shot, but she wasn't shot by Pudding. She was shot by someone else. Still remains the fact that she was shot by a gun.
Yeah, but her memory of Pudding telling her their special bullets was erased.
It depends on what type of weapon.
True.
The memory that was special bullets.
One at a time. One at a time.
Listen. That's true. But like, she never told anyone anything. So
that's pretty stupid on her part, isn't it?
They don't know shit.
Well, she was ready for the Vinsmokes to die.
Yeah, she wants the Vinsmokes.
I mean, you already. Yeah, she wants them to die, bro. Like, it is what it is. So they never knew like they were effective bullets, or like they never knew that they switched them, right? So innately, when they came, they thought it was candy coated. It wasn't. So they did, their bits against Oven, and they threw Sanji and everything. They did all that. They were all cool, and then they switched the bullet. They never know. They caught them off guard, right? So it all depends on what happens next chapter when it comes to the German, how they react. And I'm like, okay, they fucking react and take out the guy with the Gatling gun.
But can you admit that Oda wants you to think the Vinsmoke are defeated in this chapter?
They want you
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Oh yeah, by the way, yo, okay, hold on, wait. Actually, yo, that reminds me too. What, yo, the giant dude with the scythe. This guy came out of the fucking ether. I'm like, wait, hold on. Who the fuck is this guy? Like, this guy looks fierce.
Yeah,
This guy.
There were 4 guys that were right. There was 4. There's someone said in my comment section there were 4 people that apparently merged into one. They said.
Yeah, that's See, that's what I thought too. Yeah, I thought that maybe it was a decouplers, that maybe like they had done some fusion thing. But the problem is that we've never seen an ability like that in One Piece where 2 people can fuse like on some like Dragon Ball Z thing and become like a bigger version of themselves.
No, we've seen the jacket people in Dressrosa.
Yeah.
Oh no! Wait, no. That's entirely different. That's entirely different.
I mean,
it's not Frankie and his
you forgot
robots.
about like Frankie and like
The
Robin
donkey.
and all that.
Yeah, they could be docking. Okay.
No, we're not docking. That's well beyond docking.
You remember in
that would be
this
so-
lobby,
oh,
the judge.
man.
Remember the judge in Ennis lobby was like 3 dudes in one shirt.
Yeah, but that's 3 dudes in one shirt. Like that's just some weird thing that they're doing. 3 dudes, one shirt. They had like no legs too. It was crazy. Like it was insane. Like on some Elizabello, like just twigs.
Oh man. Oh no, we did see the jacket guy and Dressrosa, right?
Yeah, but you know, no. I thought who said before? Was that?
Yeah, it's a
Westfire?
different thing. It's a different.
Yeah, but it's a different thing though, because the younger
jacket
brother,
thing.
the younger brother was very timid, but he had a very strong body. But he couldn't do any transformation type ability. It was the older brother who could become a jacket, and he could wear his brother on like a jacket, like a coat, and then take it over. Right? Yeah.
It has to be a Delta ability, obviously.
It has to be, bro. It has to be.
It could be that this person is actually one person. Maybe they're not quadruplets.
Right, but then where were they before? Because this person's huge.
Oh, there's people that haven't been shown, like Gala and Basquiat and those Marche or whatever.
enough.
But
My
they
point
were
is,
supposedly taken out already before, without even being shown.
Well,
I mean, we still don't know
this
what
one guy with the
Barbarossa
scythe could have like a multiplication ability where he can make multiple of himself. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, he could be. Yeah, true.
But Oda introduced them as
Unless they introduce them
decouples.
separately. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
they
saying.
did as the
Bro,
as
that
the
would- That would be
decouplers.
so fucking weird.
King,
was
Big
true.
Mom Crew is just so big that there's powerful people just
True.
sitting in it. Like
Yeah, but this guy, I mean, like, come on, man. Like, Snacks is one thing, but this dude looks like he's a freaking contender. Like, he could maybe be a Super Commander if he wanted
Hate
to.
on Snack,
Like,
bro.
But at the same time, like
Whooping Judge's ass this chapter.
Are you kidding me? Judge mid-div! Yo, Judge mid-div, man.
Top 5 man himself was getting
Bro,
that,
you
that glaive. He was getting that Oki glaive. You saw that Oki glaive, didn't you?
Bro,
No, it's a
bro,
sword, right? It's a sword.
That's a sword.
It looked like a glaive.
That's a
the
sword.
Garuda, bro.
like a pirate sword.
Yo, the Garuda's gonna come in there on some crazy tech shit.
Didn't like Big Mom break it?
Yeah, he got a new one. Surely he has back.
I mean,
Wait,
You
didn't
know,
like Big,
Yo, they
didn't
have
like
tech,
Big Mom
man.
break
They
it?
have tech.
Didn't like Big Mom break Judge's spear?
Yeah.
Guys,
she did
didn't
it.
Big Mom break Judge's
You gotta have
spear?
more.
He's probably got backup.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
Oh, so his shit is not legendary. Oh, I thought like he had a legendary.
Yo, the Garuda, bro.
Only fitting of a top 5 characters like is a legendary.
That's what I'm saying.
sword.
Very
Skills
smart,
are
I'm
legendary.
saying.
Doesn't need a weapon. His skills are legendary.
This
Right?
guy-
Doesn't need a weapon.
Yo,
man.
shit.
Yo, gotta stop sleeping on
That guy
Judge.
with the scythe, he's taken on all 4 of the Vince Smoke
Exactly.
siblings at once.
Or at least,
He's
no,
not
well,
necessarily
them
on
plus the
Judge.
Gatling gun.
But he's
Plus the
gonna-
Gatling gun.
Yeah, but he's gonna get wrecked. Yeah, listen, guys, I need to go before
Is
I
he
go,
gonna get
I have
wrecked?
to tell King one thing.
All right.
King, yes. King, let me tell you this, right? Before I go, right? Recent poll, Cracker and Zoro, 89 said Zoro, bro. Yeah.
Wait, Zoro wins its Cracker?
Fuck.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
Yes.
god, really?
Wait, is it the same site?
Yes, bro. Like,
It took
Yes.
Luffy,
Fuck.
Nami, and the homies to wear Cracker down, man.
This is
Zoro
the
ain't
thing,
jumping in there.
87
Nah, it's wild, bro. That's
87
crazy.
for
That's
Zoro.
nuts. That's absolute trash. No.
I need to go, right? On that note, I need to go.
All right,
My
take it
name
easy,
is Zoro. My name is Zoro.
Yeah.
I don't.
Take it.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Thanks. All right, Zoro.
Get yourself on Discord. I want to talk to you for a moment before you leave, okay?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't act innocent.
feels special.
You're in trouble.
Yeah.
Wait, what is this about? I was gonna actually stream after King was done. That's why I kind of jumped in and.
Oh,
said-
word.
I'll tell you privately.
You're in trouble, right?
Yeah, you're definitely in trouble.
Yeah, like is Zoro in trouble? Like, wait, what's happening?
What did I do?
Nothing like that. Nothing suspicious.
Revan's
That makes it
Revan's-
worse,
What?
man. That makes it.
Well, okay, all right. So I'm gonna get through some of these last donos, and then I also want to call it a stream. So really, and then we'll talk about these donos. Why not? So Subaromo or something of the sort donate $2 through Super Chat. Says Oven or Daifuku should be promoted to commander. I agree. I think so too.
I don't agree. They shouldn't be a sweet commander.
Snacks can sit the fuck down. Oven's taking over, man. Oven's taking over, dog.
All
I'm
the
ready
problems
for that.
that
Why are you talking shit about Snack? He hasn't even done anything yet.
He doesn't have to do shit. He got mid-diff by Rose. Get him out of here, bro. Get him out of here, bro.
Nothing they did compares to what we've seen from Katakuri or from Cracker. So I think they're good where they are. Like they're probably high.
Wait a second. Oven is heat of the ocean, the seas, and really quickly, really easily. Okay, hold on a second. He has heat vision, Ty. The man has heat vision. The man easily subdued a Sulong mink, and he can easily boil pockets of the ocean in seconds. Oven ain't no bitch.
When you gotta give him props for what he did to the mink.
Oven ain't no bitch.
In half form. A Sulong mink in half form, not full Sulong.
Yeah, exactly.
Debatable. Debatable.
Look, if Oven was so big and bad, why not let Peckham's transform into Sulong and then beat him up?
Because he was pissed and he was confused.
No, I think he was.
He's such a badass. I'm gonna let a pound sneak up on him and hit him over the head.
No, but he was mad because he was he was anticipating, but he was anticipating Luffy or Katakuri. Out comes Peckham's with a gun to his sister's head. Right? Yeah, a gun to his sister's head. Oven's gonna just sit there and be like, "Oh no, he's gonna be yo, get the fuck out of here, dog."
So what about this part? Hold on. So what about his pride and stuff like that? Because not only you see Katakuri didn't let other people interfere. He let everybody just jump Peckham's after that. So it's like he's not as strong as.
Fuck it.
Who cares? That's his character.
He got run over by his ship.
He doesn't do jack shit.
But I think that Daifuku's stronger than Oven, but I'm not sure how much stronger he is than
He got
Oven.
GTA'd, bro. He got ran over.
But Oven's been doing good so far, so I gonna because last chapter, Ty, folks said that Oven was down and out. He's back. He's kicking ass.
He's tough. At least he's tough, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I mean, Oven was gonna kill, Chiffon. I mean, where's the pride? He loves his family, but he'll kill his family members.
But she's a traitor though. Like she's a traitor.
Well, yeah, but I mean, my point is, man, where was his pride? I mean, Katakuri was established to have pride when he, stabbed himself, which still stupid, but whatever. Okay, but I mean, where has Oven ever established it's a manly pride? That I'm going to take on Peckham's one-on-one while he's in Sulong.
Yeah.
It's never been established.
Yeah,
his greatest thought is the family, protecting the family.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody has
he sees a gun pointed to his sister's head. The first thing he does is use heat vision and then immediately subdue Peckham's.
Wait, does Oven have heat vision?
Yeah, heat vision. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
awakening, not confirmed.
Not confirmed, man. So, either way, whether or not they belong to be promoted to commander or not is, I think, up for debate. I don't think it's as set in stone as, definitely Snacks belongs. I mean, Snacks has a lower bound than freaking Peril Sparrow. No, it is debatable. I think it is
Peril
debatable.
Sparrow is the firstborn son of
his bounty's still lower. I think it's debatable. I think it is debatable. Definitely. We haven't seen him fight, absolutely, but I think it is debatable so far from what we see of the other two
eldest. Give credit to a rogue, man. I know you, Cole.
Dude, listen.
I know you,
dude. Yo, bro. All I'm saying is that Urouge, we don't know the details. That's it. All right. Right now, we about to see Judge mid-diff Snacks, and then Urouge gonna be like, "Oh no, I'm telling you, man."
You've been in denial for the past.
The NXT, I mean, freaking Snack can come out right now and just one-shot everyone. You'd be like, "Well, we haven't seen four abilities yet."
They're weakened, bro. Like Judge took a shot from Big Mom. They're weakened. So it doesn't count, bro. Like, yo, what do you mean? All right, so Tom doing
Zoro, he just doesn't want to admit that Zoro had a better growth than Luffy did with Rayleigh. That's a fact.
What?
Zoro with Mihawk grew more than Luffy with Rayleigh?
No. I'm saying that King is in denial because he doesn't want to admit that that a Roge had a better growth than Luffy if Snacks one-shots
Well, I don't necessarily agree with that. My left. That a rogue was always strong. The thing is that with a rogue, the reason why his bounty was so low is because it was that specific amount because of the Buddhist kind of,
Oh, of course.
That's the reason why it was so low. So everyone kind of like, just dismissed him.
Okay, well, I'm with Jeremy. I agree with Jeremy. I agree with Jeremy. Like, you can't really say that because this man was trained by freaking Rayleigh, like Mayo. Like, come on now. Like,
Right,
I don't care who the fuck.
Rogue had better growth than Luffy, but I don't think he was that far behind. During Sabaody, like not incredibly far behind with Luffy.
And he beat Snacks. He didn't. Come on, we're easy to attack.
What do you mean? The man's worth 600 million. That's the top 10 bounty in One Piece as of right now. In terms of what's shown.
Right. Yeah. But Oven's top 3. So wait. I'm just saying. What can you do, bro?
Katakuri top 3.
Yo, Katakuri number uno. Are you kidding me? All right, Tom. $5. The cake should not have been made big. The cake should not have made Big Mom that fat that quickly. Same as Keegan. That's what it is. It's just that simple.
It's Luffy style, yeah.
And
the food grade
Big Mom should have made Luffy's tooth grow back, but that's just.
Oh, Ty, what are you saying, Ty? I missed that.
See, the problem with Oven, right, is that I think that like.
Here we go.
The problem with Oven is I think that Smoker can capture him. That's that's the problem with Oven.
My boy Smoker. I knew he was being easy.
That's controversial.
Controversial. I mean, that's putting it mildly.
If you can't get away from Smoker, you don't deserve to be a sweet commander. If you can't get away from Smoker.
What are you talking about?
What? You seen what Doflamingo? Hold on. You seen what Doflamingo did to Smoker? Like Oven's not doing it.
Fucking roasted him.
Hello? Smoker has Logia powers. He has smoke. He can fight back. He's not going to be helpless against Oven.
He's got heat, though. It doesn't matter. He can just heat up the whole environment. Make it that hot that he dissipates.
And he has armament hockey.
To cut you off, we seen that when Smoker fought Ace, that they powers cancel each other out. So it would be like
that wasn't even a fight, though. That wasn't even a fight.
No. I know that, but it was said that this would go on forever because our powers cancel each other out. That mean it would come down to hockey. We seen hockey from Smoker. I don't think we've seen hockey from Oven yet.
You don't think Oven knows how to use hockey?
No. But listen. We didn't see it though. Like that's important because he might not. That might be what's keeping him at that level.
Wait, are you saying Oven loses to Smoker because of the Ace Smoker fight? Is that why?
No. That fight shows us that they powers would cancel each other out. Like heat and smoke.
Oven and Smoker.
Heat and smoke cancel each other out. That mean it would come down to their combat abilities. Like we know Smoker combat abilities for Virgo. We didn't see crazy combat abilities like hockey and hand to hand combat.
But we have hockey now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't
Smoke combat ability
put out fire?
Yeah,
because it's carbon dioxide.
Yeah, that's
why smoke it suffocates fire.
That's why you brought up smoke.
I know, but
Oven isn't fire. Oven's heat. Oven's heat is not fire.
So it's different. He's got Superman eyes. Like he can just stand back and just beam you up.
Oven's durability alone would make Smoker lose.
And Virgo whoops Smoker's ass. All right, if Virgo can whoop Smoker's ass,
Virgo's not a scrub. Yo, Virgo could beat Oven. It depends on how how. Virgo was mad fast. Mad good at hockey. Then he has all the tech items. Like Oven will probably never connect with Virgo.
Man, this is some insulting shit to Oven, man. I'm not even an Oven guy, and this is like, damn, bro. You might as well say like freaking like or something.
Yo, I can't.
You might as well say that dude, that ball dude from goddamn.
If Law fights Oven, Law's cutting Oven in half too. Law won because his powers is broken. It's not that Virgo's a scrub. No, like Law's cutting Oven in half too.
Yeah, hold on. It's not like here's the thing, all right? It's not like I can't disagree with you because Virgo isn't a scrub. Absolutely. Yeah. But it's just that the correlations that you make sometimes are absolutely stunning. Like it's mind blowing sometimes. Like it's insane.
So hold on, look, we put Oven on. We swap Oven out for we swap Oven out for Virgo. You think Punk has it changes? Like I think Oven still gets beat and Caesar still gets beat and we move on. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't think Oven is like now Law loses.
Okay, Oven's got heat vision. He can look at Law and burn him up.
So hold on.
where's
I
that
don't want to. No. I don't want to hear your imagination. When do we see him do that?
That's not imagination. He did it like months ago.
Gun out of Peckham's hand, and he just looked at the gun in Peckham's hand, and it caught on fire, and Peckham was like, "Ow, ow," and dropped it.
All right, but Law's not gonna be like, "Ow, ow," and then like drop.
Yeah,
it.
well, if we're just switching out Oven with Virgo, then Oven still has Law's heart in his hand, and he can just burn that.
I mean, basically, Oven's rocking the Amaterasu, bro. Like, I mean, like, put it in Naruto terms. I mean, let's put it in Naruto terms. Like, this man is rocking the Amaterasu, bro. It's like, like, you can't, like, that's powerful as shit. And again, like, I'm not gonna say he's as powerful as okay. Virgo and him would be a good fight, and I'll just keep it at that, okay? But either way, for the actual debate, okay, when it comes to Daifuku or Oven, when it comes to them compared to Snacks, we haven't seen Snacks fight. This is true. But listen, I would put Oven and Daifuku over Perospero, and Perospero has a higher bounty than Snacks. Now, whether or not that means that because we know bounty is not a good indication of, let's say, power level. But from the Big Empire standpoint, we do know that Katakuri is the strongest. He has the highest bounty. The Big Empires, make an actual correlation of bounty and power. So the same thing may apply here. I know folks say that I want to shit on New Rouge via Snacks. No. It's a simple matter of bounty. No matter what Zoro says, it's a simple matter of bounty.
He's got 600 fucking million, dude.
And Perospero's higher. And
because he's the first son of Big Mom.
And Perospero's weaker than Daifuku and Oven.
Big Mom. The first. He's lived a lot longer. Right. Snack is much younger. Snack's in his 20s, I think, or 30s. He's
no.
Hey, 600 million is the same.
He's like the 20-something. He's like the 25th son or something like that, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
Well, I would be surprised if Daifuku and Oven's bounties weren't in like the 700 or in the 800s. I would be surprised at all.
Sparrow's bounty's higher?
Yeah, Perospero 700
yeah, it's like
hold on. About his bounty being higher.
900, no, 700, not 900.
What I want to ask about his bounty being higher is that you got to take this into consideration, their age, because if he's older, then it's like, okay, he's been around for longer, his bounty's higher, but he's not stronger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's his age also, but it's also but okay, I understand that, but it's also probably what they've done on the world around them. Like whatever Perospero's role is, like whatever, this guy is a sweet commander, all right, but because he's the first son, he may have more managerial roles in Whole Cake Island. Therefore, he doesn't have time to command certain things like Snacks has time for. That's what I'm saying.
True.
Like we don't know the reason
why. But let's say,
how old is Perospero? He's in his 50s, right, or 40s?
Well, Katakuri's 48, so he's got to be in his 50s, probably.
I think he's like
51, 50.
So he's like 30 years older than Snack is.
Yeah, see, look, so
years of a head start against someone. Of course, your bounty's going to be a little bit bigger. In fact, it's
not necessarily
that's
not necessarily true. I mean, look at someone like Crocodile. Is old.
But he was a Shichibukai. That's
he was a warlord.
No, King of Lightning. Like, of course you can. Of course you could be like new and upcoming and surpass the people who's older than you, but they're still gonna have like this gap. It's like Sniper
advantage, head start.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like. That's impressive. He's only 100 plus, behind, and he's 30 years younger. I think it's pretty impressive.
Okay, no. I feel you, but I just...
Especially considering your bounty doesn't degrade over time. Look at what happened with them.
But Perospero is like my marker, because I'm just trying to say that Oven and Daifuku are stronger than Perospero. And I wouldn't be surprised if their bounties were somewhere in the 800s. Probably even higher bounties than, let's say, Cracker. But again, they're not sweet commanders because they may have more managerial roles.
You think that their bounties are in the 800s?
They may have bounties in the 800s.
Oven?
Maybe. Why the nigga?
Come on.
Dude,
I respect Oven. Either in the 700s or in the 800s, probably. If
I think they're in the 500s. If I'm be honest.
I agree with Zoro. I think they're in the 500s because keep this in mind, they can't be higher.
They're all 40. Wait, hold on. But they're all 48 years old. They're not that much younger than Perospero, and they're stronger than Perospero.
I mean, that's debatable.
Well, but we don't know that for sure. Fact, you're just assuming
is it really?
But
Yeah,
who's to say
Elvin
Cracker
could
is
use his
Sparrow
heat
Sparrow?
vision
just
to
wants to be
melt
Cracker.
Sparrow's candy iron
in a
maidens.
1v1 match, sure, but in the
Yeah.
general power scaling,
In a general sense, I would say no. Well, in a general sense, I would still give it more to Oven. Oven, I think, has showcased more. He has fucking
In a
heat
one-on-one
vision.
fight, Oven
He's shown more versatility. I would argue than
You can boil a sea and one shot the entire sun
okay.
pirates.
Yeah. So okay, let me not say versatility because Parasparrow is very
Some parts
versatile. But I would say that the potency in Oven's abilities, I think, is greater than that of Parasparrow's. Daifuku, I think, is more questionable because Daifuku has to show more stuff than just his genie rub thing. But his genie can get bigger. And
I mean,
has
Sanji
more
was
power.
able to repel the genie slash pretty easily, so I don't know.
But it cut through like a dozen tart chips in one swing, bro.
Right, and he let Kara
And it got
kind of
bigger.
get some
And it,
advantage,
yeah,
you know?
but okay, but Kara was using the genie against his own fleet. Because he was destroying his own fleet because he was getting pissed off they couldn't hit Kara.
Yeah,
But Kara was too
intelligence isn't
fast.
very high either, so.
Probably not, yeah. But at the same time, this is Daifuku. I mean, like, Daifuku, I'm pretty sure he just
He's
got
strong. He's probably strong, but I think he's like in the 550 million.
Yeah, I agree.
No,
'Cause-
I'm giving this guy like
I don't think
at
they're, like,
least 700 at
How,
minimum.
how do you have his bounty close to or higher than Cracker's?
Because again, like I said before, if I have Parasparrow that high, well, he is 700, then and I see as those two bearing superior, then I will put them from bounty standpoint higher than Parasparrow.
But you would put him higher than Cracker then in that case.
I said he may be higher than Cracker.
But Cracker was obviously much more impressive than those two have been. Much more impressive.
I don't think it's that obvious. Like again, like okay, hold on. Like again,
Luffy said he had the best armament he's seen so far.
That's true. Like okay,
Cracker, what he did to Luffy
from
like,
a hockey standpoint, From a hockey standpoint, he's definitely better than those two, like without question, absolutely.
And Devil Fruit ability, he was able to create so many.
Devil ability is that's what things are questionable, because yes, you do have an infinite army at your disposal, but this guy Oven literally can instant boil pockets of ocean. In like an instant. Okay, pockets of sea.
What if they're fighting on land? Then what
That's
happens?
like the best thing we've seen him do though. Like Cracker awakens his
He
double.
has heat vision and invisible heat wave fist. Wait a
Cracker is
minute.
awakened? Cracker's not awakened.
Yes, he is.
Cracker's
How?
awakened?
Wait,
what?
Awakened, not confirmed.
Not confirmed. Not even close to confirmed.
Cracker is awakened.
I have
How's
a
Cracker
video-
awakened?
I have a video on my channel breaking it down that he's awakened and showing you like how and showing.
But it's not confirmed.
But
No,
Luffy
no,
asked people if they're
it's
awakened.
confirmed. See,
No.
not everything.
When was
Not
it confirmed?
everything. Is
It
gonna
doesn't
like
have to be confirmed to be confirmed.
not. Every time somebody's awakened, they're not gonna sit there and say, "Look at my awakened Delphi." Like you have to know what. And King Light, I'm pretty sure.
He hasn't shown any environmental.
So look, hold on. Yes, he did. So the King of Night, name all the traits of an awakened Delphi user that you know of. Name all of them.
Okay, from the Zoans go mindless, like the guards and impelled down. As far as you know thus far, they have bigger. Wait, hold on, wait. But you just told me to name them, so I'm naming them. All right, so they go mindless, and then they gain a certain degree of greater regen when it comes to their abilities. That's for the Zoans. The Logia potentially what we see with Aokiji and Akainu, potentially where they permanently change the weather in an entire area. I don't know, but that's not confirmed. But for the Paramecia, they changed the area around them into their element. So with Don Flamingo, he turned the area around him into strings.
What about when Cracker?
He turned the area around him into.
What about
mochi.
when Cracker was? You seen how he was like? He wasn't like like when Smoker does that smoke punch, right? Or like when Katakuri shoots the gunk punch or whatever like that. Cracker was clapping, and then the biscuits was appearing out of thin air. But besides that, when it went into the ground,
He explained that, and that wasn't the awakening.
To create
He
the soldier.
explained that as a normal ability.
That's an attribute of an awakened ability right there because he's
Wait, hold on a second. Are you saying that? Wait. Are you saying that he turned the ground into the biscuits?
No.
Yeah.
I'm talking about he merged his biscuits that like after he clapped and the biscuits like the crackers appeared or whatever like that, and he merged that with the ground to make it soldier.
Sorry, look at the Doflamingo fight.
He merged with the ground? What?
Like it's.
All I see is like
We go
a
to the
biscuit
chapter.
powder forming into the biscuit soldiers. I don't see the actual soil turning into biscuit soldiers.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I
that was anime only either.
I was reading panels because like I pulled all the panels up for my video, and when he makes those biscuit soldiers, he's merging his devil fruit with the ground to make them.
Can you link the?
Can you link the chapter?
Panels?
Ty, every time Oda shows us Awakening, he always tells us.
Like I said, I have a video about it, and I'm showing the stuff from the chapter, so it's not just me talking or like me.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah, could you link?
I'm just giving up. I'm just putting up other evidence. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying like.
But keep going, King of Lightning, because it's not like he only had one of the attributes. So continue on with your attributes of the Awakened Devil Fruit user.
Well, no, that's it. That's literally it.
No. That's not it. Okay, so I'll continue. I'll pick up where King of Lightning left off. So another attribute of an Awakened Devil Fruit user was when Doflamingo he schooled Luffy about Gear 4. He said, that seems pretty taxing. I could make strings forever. This doesn't take any energy. And Doflamingo continued to make strings, and he did his awakening. So Cracker said this many times. And the story reinforced it, where he goes, I can make biscuit soldiers forever, or like I can use my powers forever. And then it even gets to that part where the homies is like, he really can make biscuits. So it's been like 8 hours. We didn't think he could. You know what I mean? So
that's his base devil fruit.
He's awakened because he can do like what Doflamingo did. He can just
wait, hold on a second. But Ty, that's your assumption of enhanced stamina when you get your awakening.
No, it's not. If you recheck the Doflamingo panels and stuff when he's talking about it, Doflamingo explained it as part of his awakening. When he was saying, he was like, look, I can do this. Like that was pretty much right before he did the strings. He was like, look,
well, he can do it because he's not using hockey to do it.
I could do this.
His awakening, though. That's not everyone else's.
Oda already established the awakening for Paramecia with the.
You're not. Look, listen.
The next Paramecia that he did was with.
But you're talking about. Hold on. You're talking about the environmental part, like the turning everything in the stream. You're talking about the turning the floor and the ice, turning the floor. Besides that, a part of it is that
Cracker was getting tired by that point.
No, Cracker was getting tired. No. This is important. He was getting tired because he was chasing Luffy. He wasn't getting tired because he was making biscuits. This has been said in the story when he said it himself. And then the homies was like, wow, he really could make biscuit soldiers for like I didn't think he made them for like 8 hours. So he's like Doflamingo, and it's not a stamina thing. It's an awakened devil fruit user thing that you can use your powers without having the stamina getting taken from you.
Wait, can you like the chapter with the environmental thing?
Wait. By Tyquan, he's creating substance. Like strings are like you can keep creating them without even a problem. When it's crackers, you're creating a large.
No, it doesn't matter what your it doesn't matter what your devil fruit ability like from what we was told so far. It doesn't matter what your ability is. If you have it awakened, you can just use it, and it's not gonna take energy.
I mean, that's with your devil fruit. I feel like Doflamingo can make strings without being awakened.
That's what we seen Cracker do. We seen Katakuri do it.
I don't think awakening affects your stamina because Doflamingo, he can make multiple strings and not get tired even without awakening.
Crocodile is awakened.
Yeah, because like for example, like when Doflamingo made his double ganger body, with that all the strings in that double ganger body consisted of the bird cage that's around the entire country. So that was an awakening ability. He signified when he actually utilized awakening ability. And when he used it was to specifically change, because Doflamingo specifically states that the awakening is him changing the surrounding material to his ability. And then Katakuri does the same thing, and that's what he says. I mean, okay, like if you want to say that,
that's true, but that's not all that an awakening is. Like part of the awakening, like Luffy, because he commented on it when Luffy did Gear 4. So the thing about Gear 4 is like Gear 4 is a devil fruit power up, but he's like it's like a last resort devil fruit power up, and it's taking energy from Luffy to do it. That's why it's pretty much it's not efficient. That's why Katakuri doesn't fight that way. That's why Doflamingo doesn't fight that way. That's why Cracker doesn't fight that way. But
no, it's not efficient because of the hockey, not because of the devil fruit.
It's still spamming. It's still spamming your endurance or your stamina. Like you're getting tired from using it. Doflamingo can make strings without
the hockey.
Without getting tired. Cracker
about hockey,
his powers without getting tired. It's a part of his awakened devil fruit ability.
It's specifically about hockey.
It's not limited. It's not limited to hockey. It's about like whether the hockey is making Luffy tired or not. He still Gear 4 is still his devil fruit powers that he's using.
But his stamina is low because of hockey. That's the only thing that changes him back.
We've been streaming for 3 hours. And 7 minutes. Okay, so
like, listen. You have to check it out for yourself. Like recheck out the moment before.
I will. We will.
I just found it.
Oh, you found it? Okay, so just link it in the Discord, not in the Discord. Link in the Hangouts, and then we'll go from there. So let me just continue with some of the donos, and then we will wrap this up because I forgot how much time I had. All right, so really quickly. VB Megabuster subscribe for tier 3, 23 minutes of stuff. Oh, so he's tier 3, but there's not enough room. What we'll do is that at some point in the future, we'll have the Discord, so we'll have more tier 3 cats in for the Discord chats, most definitely. But for the time being, we don't have anything set up for that. Hope Ocean, $5 in Super Chat. King, did you notice how Carrot and Sanji are conveniently absent from the... Yeah, so we did talk about that earlier. Sanji's actually there, but Carrot is not there for the entire chapter, which is interesting. Raining Flood, $1. What has Big Mom shown that would confidently convince you that she can 1v1 an Admiral without any... Are you kidding? That she can 1v1 an Admiral.
Please, don't go into that.
That she can 1v1 an Admiral with anything less than extreme diff. Yes, she has high durability, but that's not defending against top tier attacks. Okay, well, I'm not, but okay, we will discuss. Okay, we will discuss Admirals versus Yonko when I do my video of Admirals versus Yonko. Content King, $2. King Luffy was pointing at Pedro flying to say stop. Dude, could you imagine, yo? Could you imagine?
Like,
yo,
no,
dude.
No, it's Pell holding him up in the air.
Yo, why they want Falcon, bro? Why they want fucking shooting like, yo, Luffy, Pell, he got you. Like,
I saved him from the explosion.
Man.
I know this is funny, but I'm actually scared that that's what he was pointing at.
Yo, like, I mean, you know, honestly, that's because here's the thing. Like, I do wonder what did Luffy point out specifically? Because I figured that he pointed at the ship because it was aiming at them. But at the same time, there could be something else that he was pointing at too. I'm not too sure. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just hope not. I just hope it's really not like Pedro or something like that. Oh god, that'd be terrible. Red House, not Roadhouse, donated $2 or $1.99. Says Cole is definitely a Yonko anime reviewer. You already know. Red House donated another $2. Said still pissed about the Katakuri fight. Hashtag plot armor. There you go. Absolutely. That end was bullshit. Absolutely, no doubt about it. He was nerfed. Definitely. Jesus. Donate $2 through Super Chat. I think so, or Jesus, whatever. I want to see Jinbei use a boiling hot water on oven.
What would that do?
Yeah, what would that? Yeah, like oven would probably just steam it away. Yeah, wouldn't oven just steam it away like instantly?
Yeah, he's hotter than
he walked through a door and it melted.
Well, okay, but that was anime, truth be told. But I mean, I feel like he's okay. This may be controversial, but I think he's harder than Ace, but maybe as hard as Akainu. Maybe.
That's very controversial.
That is controversial. Absolutely.
I mean,
but he has heat vision. He has heat vision.
You'd have to do the math on how you would boil the ocean and how much heat you need.
Exactly. Yeah. How much heat would you need to actually look at someone to create heat vision? How much do you need with that? I don't know. That's just kind of wild. Another $5 donation from Jesus. Jinbei should use his strongest seawater base attack on Oven. He'll be mad about his crew, so it's good motivation unless Oven has God arm and hockey. But even still, like I don't think it's gonna do much to Oven, especially now when
maybe the water just like being on him might weaken him for a second.
Yeah, but hold on,
not very long.
Not that very long, yeah.
Right, yeah, because look at Big Mom. Big Mom was splashed by the water pillar, and Big Mom was like, okay, like.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Prometheus.
But she was weakened. She was weakened, and Prometheus. Yeah, like Prometheus was feeling it because he's an actual fire. Like he's actual fire. But Oven, I think, should be hotter than that.
Yeah.
Most of it would evaporate before it even touched him anyway.
So would you say
a little bit on him?
Yeah, right. So
would you say that Oven's hotter than Prometheus when he's in his rage ball form?
No, the sun is hotter than the oven, than an oven, obviously.
Well, my thing is that like Oven is literally just temperature control, so he can be as hot as consider someone like the guy from the One Piece filler, Don Achino, right? Like this guy could go 10,000 degrees Celsius, I think it was maximum. I think that's what his maximum temperature was. I could be wrong about that, but so that. I think from a temperature standpoint, it's definitely hotter than fire. Like, definitely.
You think, like, if Evan wanted to, he can dissolve a decent portion of the water just, like, by heating it up so much.
Yeah, like, create, like, steam, like, right then and there because he'll be so hot. Like there'll be a limit to it. Right, yeah, like, there'll be a limit to it, but he could probably do that to an extent. Definitely. Like, I don't doubt for a second.
I mean, it's a good attack, but he has to keep his hands in the water while he's doing it. He's kind of vulnerable.
I mean, you could You can have an
Well, he
engineer
didn't have
kind
his
of
hands in the water
calculate
this
the
time
heat
when
of
he
it.
hit it up. Keep going, sorry.
Last time he also had his hands in the water with when he used it when Pound hit him.
Right.
That was then, but he's jumped on the ship this time in this chapter, and he wasn't touching anything, and heated the whole ocean up.
But wasn't that after he already boiled the water?
No, he walked through the mirror, and then he heated up the ocean because he was pissed off with that Luffy
yeah.
defeated
Yeah.
Katakuri.
Yeah, but like
Right.
even
Because
still,
it
but
wasn't
like,
it wasn't a big
even
ship.
still, with the first time he did it, he had to keep his hands in the water in order to burn or boil the sea around Capone's ship and whatnot, and then he was stopped by Pound. But in this case, we actually don't see Oven put his hands in the water. We just see him heat up. So I don't want to say that he can do it like if he could do that just by being there and willing it, that's kind of wild. Like I don't know if he could do that. Like, that'd be insane though if he could do that.
What if he's hitting it with his heat vision?
Oh,
Dude,
God,
that's
that'd be
crazy.
Superman style.
Oh my god!
Bro.
I mean, that's kind of like what it looks like. All we do is see his face.
Yeah.
No, he's hunched over though, because his head is below his shoulders, so he has to be doing it with his hands.
Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking too. So that's my assumption. But like again, like we just don't see it. But that's my assumption. Okay, so actually, I think no, we're not. We had some blasphemous donos of my wallet with the Kingdom smear. Crazy. Airy Lizard donated $2 to Super Chat. Says Twitch or YouTube better for donations? Twitch, always Twitch.
Always
Twitch.
Twitch.
Always Twitch.
I mean, you got Arabian Nights on Twitch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you get them too on YouTube sometimes too, but YouTube is Super Chat's nice and all, but Super Chat, I think because YouTube takes us a certain amount of money. Like they're not like a hefty amount too. Like they're not they're not generous at all. These cocksuckers. But hey, Twitch is always better for that stuff. Twitch is the better streaming platform. Period. Hilton mode. Tier 1 subscriber.
I would still try stream.me.
I will try that eventually. Tier 1 subscription. When I do anime stuff, I may use that. Hilton mode. Subscribe for Tier 1. 24 months. Hashtag thick with 2 C's, no doubt. The Grim Burrito. 10 bits. April Fool's chapter. Oda done April Fool's. No, I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. I just can't buy that. Like I just can't buy that. Like,
are you serious about Stream.me? The top viewers is 37 views for one stream.
Yeah, but imagine if King goes over there, he'd be on the top always, especially winning their fucking contest. That's like fucking money for him.
We'll get to another.
Nice.
So Tyquan apparently donated $20. Tyquan apparently donated $20. Says, "Can you take me under your wing, King?" Tyquan is that what you want, bro? You want to go under the King's wing? You down?
Nah, that's not me.
Lies.
Yo, bro. I love that. Okay, and Maze $7. Carrot to top 5. Hell no! Stop furries. Get out of here. Stop. No. All furries are banned.
Give him the furries. I'll leave you alone then.
Exactly, we're banned. Okay, cool. So that being said, guys, I appreciate you guys coming to the stream. No doubt.
Thanks for having us. man.
So
what's up, Ty?
I found this is like mangafool.net. So like
what?
check the viz when you get a chance to, because like these things is always different. Like I remember reading, like I read the Luffy versus Doflamingo fight, and Doflamingo. Do you remember Doflamingo saying that he can make strings? Like he can do it without stamina.
Oh no, not this again.
No, listen. I'm actually one thing. Do you remember Doflamingo saying that to Luffy, that he can make strings for, like forever? He can make strings infinitely.
I remember that he said that he didn't have a problem making strings. Like it wasn't an issue for him making strings. Yes, I do recall
exactly.
that.
Like so. I remember reading that too, and that's what he said, that he can make the strings like without losing stamina, whatever that. But I have right here. This isn't what he says that at, but. This is chapter 785, and he's saying it's fair to say you have a good grasp of your abilities, but at what burden? How many more seconds can you last? There is bound to be a risk to all of this, and then that's when he goes on to his awakening. But he does comment on that he can make strings without losing stamina. That's a part of his awakening too. It's not just that he has hack stamina.
That was the thing before his awakening, though. That was the thing before his awakening, because he just had the birdcage and a bunch of other stuff even before he was awakened, and that was like immense stamina feats of using his devil fruit.
Yeah, I don't think the two are related, Toy.
Because even even he says it. He still says it here again. Like he's not directly saying it at this point, but he goes like, okay, because right after he comments on Luffy's gear 4, he goes, at what burden? How many more seconds? Like he's mentioning up that okay, like you can do this, but like I can do something that I can keep doing.
Okay, wait a second. Time out. Wait. Hold on. Wait, slow down. Wait, hold on. Ty, do you talk about this in your video?
Like in the video is better because it's more prepared and stuff like that.
Okay, so what I'll do is I will watch your video and then I'll hit you up. Okay, how's that sound?
All right, cool.
All right, cool. All right, so guys, check out Zorofanboy. Zorofanboy's gonna stream soon. Check out Zorofanboy124. That is Zorofanboy124 on YouTube.com, and check out TyquanFinest. TyquanFinest 1000, right, on YouTube.
TyquanFinest.
There we go. TyquanFinest on YouTube. Check him out, no doubt. So guys, check out the Zoro stream that's coming. Wait, are you gonna actually stream after this?
I am gonna stream after this, and I just want to say, man, we're about I don't know, like 15, 20 subs away from 15,000. So let's try to get there.
We go. Congrats. Yo, Zorofanboy124. Check him out. I'll definitely call that's a waste of 20 minutes to watch his video. Stop. All right, stop, Chad. But I would just check out Ty's video and check out the Zorofanboy124 stream that's coming up soon. And on that note, I am going to let Jeremy take it away from me, and we'll call it a stream.
Don't be doing this just because I'm visiting.
That's right. Go, do it.
Do a good impression.
I can't remember it now.
Said, guys, and go.
You got this, man.
I'll cheat.
Zoro, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Zoro, take it away.
Discord, yeah.
Jeremy's choking. He's choking live right now.
You can't just tell me here, Revan. It's okay.
No. Zoro, take it away. End my stream. God damn it.
Oh, I thought we're still live.
No, we're not live. We're still live. End the stream. Go.
Give the outro.
How's it going, guys? ZoroFan124 here. This has been a fun stream. Thank you, King Lightning, for the invites. We've been talking about that One Piece greatness. Thanks to everyone that's been here. Have a great night. Peace the fuck out and fuck the Jorashe.
Peace. Later, y'all.
Oh,
Jeremy, stop choking, bro. God damn it.
You want me to do